Anyway, hello everybody, welcome. I hope we've been staying safe, making good choices. This is our wonderful start of a beautiful campaign. I'm allowed to call it that because I made it myself.
It's your brainchild, that's fine.
It is my brainchild. I've been building this campaign. I've like DMs with people from 2021 about this like story. So that's like how long this has been a thing. I want to remind chat, please do not backseat. Please do not like do spoiler weird things in like the chat. For the love of God, please don't. Please be respectful to players. Please remember that they are playing a character. You don't need to judge them per the choices that they make. And just general rules. Please be kind to my wonderful players. With that, I would like everybody to please introduce themselves, starting from our left.
Hello. It's me, Mori. I'm a silly little demon. You'll find me more frequently modding Mari's chat and community in general. But today I'm going to be playing a wonderful character for the Reascend D&D. Hi.
Hi. I don't know if I should just... Okay. Hi, I'm Minya. I'm an artist, a programmer, a writer. I sometimes do work-along streams and mostly exist within the confines of Twitch and nowhere else. I'm really excited. Thank you for having me.
Next.
Hello. My name is Siren and I like to play and draw. I have been playing D&D for like 10 years and I'm super excited to really get into this world. I've seen a lot of things about it and I'm really excited to get started.
Yay!
Hello, I'm Lyri. I'm a pink-haired catgirl from the UK. I like playing comfy games and puzzle games, and I've also been an avid tabletop role player for a really long time now, but I've never done anything like streamy like this before, and it's also been a couple of years since my last campaign did stuff, so I might be a bit rusty, but I think things will be fine, and I'm excited.
Hello, my name is Michael. I am another mod with Mori here. You're not going to see me active in chat too much because time zones are a thing. But I do try to hang out in here from time to time. I've been playing D&D for a few years now, and we've been very excited for this entire process.
I didn't preface my thing by saying that I've never played a campaign before.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
I am very new to this. This is going to be fun.
Gently holds your hand. We got you.
Thank you.
New players are the best anyway.
I chose a very controversial character to start with. It's fine. Okay. Alrighty.
Just quickly fixed one little thing. Yippee!
Yippee!
Oopsies. Anyway, oh my goodness. So what we'll be doing today is we'll be starting through session 1. There will be quite a bit of homebrew stuff. I can't think of anything really else that needs to be said. With that, would y'all like to get started? Or is there anything y'all would like to say before we get into it?
We got this.
I hope people enjoy
I'm really
this
just
as much
ready to
as we
hop
do.
in.
Like,
Yeah.
The bad time for nerves to kick in. Come on.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, it's like, oh my god, the nerves are real.
Literally vibrating, dude.
Right? Oh
Channel
my
it
god.
into
very
power.
excited.
Alrighty. And then
Oh man.
with that, may I introduce you all today to Meletia, a vast yet beautiful planet hidden amongst a pocket of stars, said to have been shaped by the very hands of the great goddess Maker, passed down to her 8 draconic children known as the Council of Wall, so that they could experience the creation of life itself. What had once been a simple, empty sphere, carved by her children into something beautiful. These 8 goddesses were given their chance to create whatever their hearts desired, to birth the world in their image. And so they did. From vast mountain ranges to volcanic regions, forests with trees higher than the folk eye could see, and deserts to match. Each goddess left their own unique mark upon their world. The year we see before us is the ending point of the 999th year, AGW, referred to as after the Great War. Although Meletia sits vast and at times empty in land, pockets of civilization have flourished over the many thousands years that it has housed life, creating the 9 continents that each represent and honor their chosen goddess. From the desert lands of Malti, where most people have moved to living underground in dugouts to escape the blazing heat, to the islands engulfed in the deep oceans that belong to Oisara, the continents have lived their past 999 years in civil harmony and mostly peace. Although each has had their struggles, nothing has left internal matters. Held by a deep tradition built in the coattails of a war that wrecked their planet and killed a goddess, the folk of Meletia know better than to turn towards the same methods that had caused them nothing but heartache. But our story itself finds its start amongst the very center lands of Meletia, in the very heart of Oiliana. Nestled into the very mountain base that was once said to be where the Council of Worlds stood guard, the mountain ranges' odd dips are said to be where their paws once came to rest, the height so that they could see all in Meletia. What was once their sacred ground, now known as Yamari, the place where all come home. Seen more as a tourist trap in modern days, Yamari itself is referred to as the second largest city in Aureliana, only just smaller than the capital Saya itself. At first glance, the city seems to have divided itself into many districts. From the outer of the city where the locals live, to the Maker district where goods are crafted and produced locally for those who call Yamari their home, to the Market district, a place only truly inhabited for part of the year, where each year traveling merchants will fight their claim to the best spots, and those who can afford it rent out storefronts to sell their finest wares. Not far from the Market district sits the Inn districts, where many taverns, bed and breakfasts, and locals rent out spaces for the many visitors during the bigger events. And then finally, at the very base of the mountain sits the Church of the Nine, a truly special and religious site where many could only dream to one day walk the inner halls of. A place where all continents' beliefs form into the 9 stained glass paintings of their pantheon. It is sun's height by the time that you arrive. The warm glow welcomed in the season of leaves falling, where the threat of rain could make itself known any day. But that rain does not scare you. Mostly. For rain during this one event is almost never seen, as if the goddesses themselves make sure to raise from their slumber to make sure the skies remain welcoming. The city itself has begun to grow busier, with more and more folk finally finding their way into the busy streets to prepare for the biggest event in all of Meletia, the Dance of Dragons. Traders, performers, scholars, even political leaders and general folk have traveled for weeks for this event, to come together for a week of food, performances, and sharing of knowledge under the peaceful skies of Yamari. With the coming end of the 999th year, the festival carries an extra weight on its shoulders, a higher level of importance for all, the celebration of 1,000 years of peace. Already the traders have claimed their stalls, inns fast running out of space for more people, and yet as folk push and shove to get through the crowds there, almost seems to be a natural parting of folks as 2 figures make their way through. Sometimes a whisper of displeasure at the sight, others pretending not to notice as they do their best to make enough space to not accidentally bump shoulders with one of them. It's almost too evident that many folk would rather bump into others than one of you in particular. Mori, Michael, can you please make sure you are both unmuted? Now, you'd both met up earlier, accidental against the never-ending crowds of tourists. Maybe the way people seemed to carve a path for one of you in particular being what had aided in the visit. But nonetheless, you'd cross-referenced your lodgings, one building apart from the other, and had made your way towards the Inn District. With that, would you both like to describe your characters?
Do you want to go first?
I was gonna say you should probably go first because I'm gonna be hanging behind you as you are making your way through the crowd.
Okay. Well, Rain Fang. She is more commonly referred to as Rain. She stands at a tall 203 centimeters, which is why Var is right behind her. Towering most, that accompanied by her incredible physique makes her stand out amongst the crowd like a brick wall. Not to mention the toned white fur with streaks and hints of light blue and gray, and her stare as cold as her coat, and her mane neatly put up on a braided half updo. She walks around with both a great axe and a great sword strapped to her back. Well, it's hard not to look at her and get a sense of the message to not mess with her, something that she finds both cumbersome and useful at the same time. In this case, it's more useful.
Mike?
Behind Rain Fang, you see a emerald dragonborn, a very green lad, far shorter than Rain Fang here, about 5'5", even with the horns included. Dressed for travel, with too many things in their arms, has an invite out, verifying reservation details, up until the last minute, of course, and a small bag of goods from the vendors as we made our way to the inn.
Perfect. With the sun beginning to move past its height, you have managed to make your way to your destination. One looking significantly in better care than the other, but of course, Rain, you'd have expected nothing less. Whilst Var had managed to secure a nice room in the inn, you'd been lucky to be taken in by what seemed to be a lovely older tabaxi woman via letter. Someone you'd been given contact details of from one of the locals back at home who had promised you she'd be a safe option for your board. It was not quite an inn, more so an elderly folk who had set up the spare rooms of her home to act kind of like a bed and breakfast. For our kind, she'd explained with shaky handwriting. With a smile, the elderly tabaxi stepped from the doorway, a poor hand raised in welcome towards you, ears upright and tail shaking ever so softly in her warm tabaxi greeting. Although you are not tabaxi born, there is still common body language shared between your races. Even you know when friendliness is natural. In her age, grey hairs have taken most of the colour from her muzzle, and although they seem to consume large amounts of her coat, you can see parts that still shine a vibrant, solid red. She's significantly shorter than you both, wrapped in layers of warm clothes as if it was freezing for her. You can recall her signed name being Snow amongst the mountaintops. Hello, dear. I thought you were only a single room. You can see her glance towards Var as she speaks to you.
Oh, I'm staying next door.
Yeah. It's just gonna be me for tonight. So.
She nods slowly. The friendliness towards you, Var, does not quite meet her eyes. Instead, there is a moment of hesitance. You can easily tell this woman is of Lindsay heritage, and with that comes uncertainty towards someone like you. With a twitch of her tail, though, she leads you both into the main sitting space of her small home. It's cramped, with book piles upon book piles in almost every direction, and imagery of the goddess Frostbearer wherever she could fit it. There are a couple of children in the hallway as you turn to it, a young Alan chasing a smaller tiefling between rooms, their laughter lighting the dimness of the house as they move back and forth. Forgive the noise. Snow glances over her shoulder to look at you both. Their parents have gone down to see if they can get something for them both. Your room is just down at the end there. She stops by a door, painted silver with snowlight speckles across it. Would you like to enter?
Yes.
I'll hang back the sitting area.
Well, I mean, yeah.
So as you make your way to the door and open it, you kind of take in the surroundings. It's not much, but you are used to this. The bed at least is rather larger than you'd expected. Enough to fit maybe 2 or 3 folk in total with enough room to stretch. Small drawers sit at the edge beside a rather worn mirror. The lack of floor space a little concerning as you're able to place your belongings down and take it all in. The only way onto the bed is from the end, with both edges being wall to wall, and the bedside table has been put at the end with an oil lamp ready and waiting. The walls themselves are aged, with paint flaking in different directions and missing completely in other areas. There is a strange contraption on the ceiling that moves slowly, looking of Maravian make. You can only assume. What would you like to do?
I'd like to just sit down and place my stuff around first, and then maybe go back to see Var. Might not be like the best place, most comfortable place.
I'm looking at a stack of books.
Yeah, he probably doesn't mind the place, but would like to not leave him alone in a place that might not be quite as familiar to him.
Certainly. Now, Var, as you're looking at the books, that elderly tabaxi kind of tilts her head in curiosity. Has that book caught your interest, young man?
I always do enjoy a good read. I would say that it has.
She nods slowly before she makes her way over towards you and picks up the book. It's definitely a very special story. She stops to cough a little before she hands you the book. Take it.
Oh, thank you.
You can see she's...
What's the spine say?
The spine reads, A Tale of Frost and Winter. The blurb on the back goes into detail about Frostbearer giving a gift of foresight to a being who cannot see, doomed to know what happens to people, but to never see it in action.
Well, thank you. I appreciate this immensely.
She tips her head softly. It's not often that people of your kind are seen with, she kind of gestures towards where Rain had gone. It's nice to know the youth are getting better in their time.
I wish it was better for everyone around. But the least I can do is stick close to a friend.
She gives a small little nod, and with that, she makes her way out towards the tiny little cramped kitchen, and Rain leaves to catch up to you now. And as you both stand there, book in hand, what would you like to do? Guys? Oh, apparently they can't hear me? What? What the hell is happening? Oh, Discord crashed. Okay, yeah, that's fair. So true.
That would be why.
Yeah.
Just waiting awkwardly.
Oh, because we're in
as we
US
don't know.
ping.
Oh, okay.
We're US Central ping. Can we... Maury,
Can we
fix
put it
that?
in West?
Maury, can you fix that?
Yes, I'll put us in West. Let me know if Leary, you get anything. Like
I should be
issues.
okay.
Oops.
Okay. That is okay.
It's alright, we're getting the scuff out session 1.
Sometimes bad things happen. A smart
we're back.
investor never gives
All right.
a fuck.
That should be better for everybody.
What was that?
The DM is like getting absolutely nuked already, and we haven't done anything. Okay.
I don't know where that audio came from. What was that?
Siren?
What happened? Was it a joint?
Soundboard.
A joint sound?
Sound. Player
A smart investment.
I had soundboard muted. I will go back to that.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Alright.
So,
Right, last thing we heard was the
Last
book
thing we heard.
discussion.
okay.
Yes, that was what we.
So as she gives you the book, she's gonna give you a small little nod and then disappear into the tiny little kitchen. It's very cramped, very small. And as she leaves, Rain comes back to meet up with you. And as you both stand in this tiny little room, what would you like to do next?
Wow.
I'm going to
Like
set,
the book that you found.
It looks interesting. I mean, I'm not going to say no to new information. I will
That's
attempt to discreetly set like a gold piece down on the table.
Well, would you like to go out, see places for like a little bit? I'm sure this is not necessarily the most pleasant place that you would like to stay in.
Fine.
For reasons.
Fine here. I mean, it's
You're fine here.
there
You
are
don't wanna go
accommodations. I mean, we will go out and see the
out.
sights.
Okay. I thought you
I'm
wanted to
saying
stay
there-
there. Okay.
I mean, you know I will always stay put to read a book, but alas, we do have other things to see today.
We do have to see other things today. So,
I'll
would you like me to
lead-
lead?
start the way out the door.
All right, let's go. It's quite a lot of people, so stick close to me. Yeah.
Well, I'll try to pick me up. It'll be fine.
I will put you on my back if I have to.
I can see over the crowd then. It'll be great.
Yeah. Would you like to?
Sure. I will accept piggyback.
Bar on my back.
We're gonna do a
Piggyback riding.
piggyback.
I am being carried.
Can I carry Bar on my back?
I was gonna say, do you want to do an athletics? No, just do a straight
hold
strength
on.
check.
Strength check. Okay, hold on. How do I do that? It's
To the character sheet.
character sheet. Let's see. Strength check. All right. Normal. Like roll, right?
Yep.
12 plus... How many is it? Does it show it? 18.
Yeah, you absolutely managed to get that piggyback. Like, Var, you are like snugly secure on that back, like effortless, like picking up like a feather levels of ease.
We do have to get through the door, though. It's like, you want to bend over
Why
a
do
little bit?
we do this inside? Okay, hold on.
Well,
Let me
we
get down.
didn't really walk out the door yet,
Let me get down.
so... You? Okay.
We do this outside.
We do it outside. Okay, I'm not the smart one here. You're meant to be the smart.
You just picked me up. What do you mean? We'll make our way outside.
Going outside.
Okay.
Okay, get back on my bag. Come on.
I'll hop up.
Alrighty. So, you managed to pick up Var easily, and as you both make your way out to look at a few more things and then get Var settled in, can I please get you both to mute? And can I get Minyat and Larry to please unmute? Now, the road to Yamari is relatively kind for those who wish to make it from Calaran. The main meeting point for the people wishing to make the travel is the town of Fava, at the border between Calaran and Aureliana. For those who do not bring trade, the folk sell tickets to sit in their caravans, with some traders having moved exclusively to offering ferry services between the two locations. You'd been on the road for a week, sat nestled amongst families and other folk who mostly slept, ate, and discussed events between one another, stopping at local taverns and rest points for sleep only when the moon was at its highest, before climbing back into your seat and continuing when the sun had barely brought dawn with it. The weather? Kind. The draft horses were larger than you'd ever seen before, something the man at the reins took great pride in. Eventually, just past the sun's height, you see it in the distance, the city of Yamari. As they approach the offload point, you are asked for the last payment of coin and given a small bag of cheese and dried meats in return. Mignat, can you please describe yourself?
Okay, standing at 175 centimeters is a woman garbed in all black. She has these kind of flowy sleeves that cover these black gloves that completely cover her. Of note, she has a mask that covers her face from the nose up. It is a well-made mask with these motif of two wings covering her eyes and a sun kind of crowning the top. She has like a light smile kind of just all the time, and she sits very, very, very still, like she's being very careful to not move in any way that would, or just in general, she's being very careful not to move. And despite that, it seems like she's able to see everything just fine as she kind of like turns to like look at things and take in all the sights.
Okay. So, as the gentleman steps away, you go back into your own world, listening in on the people around as you stay still. Can you please roll for perception?
Okay. That is an 11.
Okay. As you sit and take in the surroundings, you notice two figures that you don't remember at first. You've been on the road for a few days. You've come to understand the families around you, but these two seem to have appeared out of nowhere. Dressed in thick robes of black, faces mostly covered. You kind of listen in a little bit. Something seems a little odd at first. So when we get there, we'll need to go straight to the ballroom. She said the SUMONENG will happen below, and we need to make sure everything's in order. A folk not too far from you barely keeps to a whisper. Voice low to the dragonborn beside them. You take in their figure, rather tall, black hair with multiple greys peeking through, fingertips covered in stains from working in the wineries. The dragonborn, on the other hand, is relatively small for its kind, with almost lavender-like scales, barely taller than a kobold, it seems. They're huddled not too far, back turned from the crowd as they continue to discuss. Would you like to do anything?
Are they wearing any symbols of any faith?
From what you're able to see with your perception roll, there are no symbols on the robes and garments. They are just pure black, and that is it.
Okay. I actually don't think Citron would get involved with that. If it she would kind of like smile and be like, "Oh, that's very interesting," and then turn her attention somewhere else. She doesn't know what that word is, so okay.
Okay. Okay, so as the caravan stops, the two figures are one of the first off, quickly disappearing themselves into the growing crowd. You watch next as small children are aided off after them, families excitedly taking in the sights before them. As you get down, you look upon it all. The mountains that seem to swallow the sky, framed perfectly behind the city like a painting. You continue to scan the sights until you see it. The Church of the Nine, home to one of the last relics of your goddess, free to the view of many from the outside and adored by all. Something that feels almost unfamiliar in comparison to the last few years back home. And as you step down, you feel the gentle brush of something unseen, a small whisper in your ear that's all too familiar by now. You've made it home.
Like absolutely like stun-locked, staring up at it, says, "Oh, it's good to be home." And with like quickened steps is going to kind of like run ahead to go see it.
Certainly. The voice manifests into an unseen creature that seems to coil across your shoulders. You feel the weight of her. Something that so many had told you was not possible is your norm. And she stays on your shoulders for just a little bit longer until she disappears. And that feeling, that warmth of her body and being is gone once more. You continue to take your steps through. You'd booked yourself a rather nice room at the inn where you'll be staying. In fact, it is called the Nine Tavern and Inn. You'd saved up enough to make sure your visit would be a comfortable one, found the documentation exactly where you'd placed it, and kept it safely in your side. Do you plan to head towards the church, or would you like to settle in first?
Immediately to the church.
Certainly. So, you move along your path, dodging through people as best as you can. And Leary, would you like to introduce yourself?
Okay. Standing the complete opposite of the figure from before, there's a tiefling woman who can't seem to stay still. She's very excitedly taking out a piece of paper, reading it, smiling, putting it in her pocket, taking it out again. She's very beautiful looking. She has dark reddish beige skin and long horns from either side of her head, and her clothes are fairly grubby looking from a lot of travel, but clearly look as though she's put a lot of care into her appearance.
Certainly. Now, you've been walking through, excited, ready for your destination. The families quickly move around you to try to get through the city faster. You assume it's to get to their respective places and resting, or maybe to secure good seats for the introductory ceremony. You go to take another step forward and are met with a loud thump, and a figure bumps into you at a rather fast pace. You catch yourself against someone else, who gasps in surprise at the sudden weight against them, hands eagerly helping you stand upright. A small dragonborn, mostly covered in garments, seems to panic for a moment, brushing their clawed hands along your clothes in a very frantic apology. I'm so sorry. I wasn't watching where I was going, please forgive me.
Oh, don't worry, neither was I. You don't have to be worried. It's okay. Give them a pat on the head.
The little figure accepts the pat on the head, looking very shaken and upset, like their little clawed hands like fidgeting with themselves as they look up at you with very big eyes, and they kind of like rustle in their little black robes for a second. And would you like to make a perception check by any chance?
Yes, I shall do. Ooh,
Oh. Yeah, all right.
that's nice.
Well, what was your total?
20.
Beautiful. That was
Not
a dirty
natural,
20.
Dirty 20.
Damn, that's crazy. So, with a dirty 20, you feel Stranger's hands trying to grab the coin from your already opened bag of coin. During the mess, and the frantic, smaller one apologizing, they'd been able to successfully pull the string that kept it closed, but as the weight of the bag changed, and a mistake on their part of dropping one coin to make the bag rattle, you catch them.
I'd reach out and take their wrist.
The figure seems to freeze and... Sorry!
Did anyone tell you it's rude to steal?
The figure kind of stares up at you in, like, pure fear. They're, like, recoiling in on themselves. Please don't hurt me!
I pick up the coin and put it in their hand and close their hand, and then kind of gently push them away. You need to be a bit more careful. And I give a little wink and turn away.
With that, the figure kind of looks a little bit shocked at first, looking towards the lavender small dragonborn, and then back to you and nods very quickly before grabbing the dragonborn and running out as fast as they can. Now, Citron, you'd caught the last few seconds of this interaction. What would you like to do?
I think Citron will watch the young one go, and then keep making her way to the church.
Certainly.
Her smile doesn't really falter, but she kind of like tilts her head slightly before she goes.
Certainly. So, as you make your way towards the church, Panache, where are you headed towards?
You know, I'd probably notice the church too and think, wow, that's really pretty. And I'm here as a tourist. I want to see all the things. I'd probably head there too.
Perfect. In that case, both of you at separate paces make your way towards the church. The church itself sits at the very, very base of the mountains, bathed in the sunlight of sun's height. The walls, well kept and very white. It's a very clear show of passion from the people of Yamari to keep it as well maintained as possible. And as you both look around, you see each goddess is beautifully depicted in a stained glass version. Anyone who knows of this church knows that one folk traveled across the entire world with nothing but a backpack that included just the bare necessities to survive, a pencil, and a paper. And he traveled and traveled, gaining the most intact knowledge of how the goddess looked to their people, and then brought that knowledge back and created the beautiful works of art you see before you both. What would you like to do?
I'm going up to all of them. I'm moving constantly. I'm flitting between them. I'm examining the figures, being like, wow, oh, just little impressive gasps for all of them.
Certainly. And Citron?
Citron has kind of like zeroed in completely on Lightbringer and like stands right in front of her depiction. Citron's got her hands like clasped together, surprisingly very tightly in front of it as she like looks up at it, and her lips are moving, and it's like very, very, very quiet. She's like reciting like a little prayer as she looks up to it.
Certainly. Would you say this is a prayer that you speak often?
Yes. It's kind of the home prayer, you know, the one that is just the most common.
As you speak the prayer unfamiliar words, you feel a warmth against you, coiling like a creature that has found its resting place. You feel a breath against your ear, an almost purr against your shoulder, as what you believe to be her sits and listens to your prayer. This is the strongest you have felt her presence.
I think that Citron would kind of as gently as she can, go to her knees and hang her head as she continues her prayer. And she is locked in here. She's going to recite the whole 7 pages.
Panache, you see a figure on their knees in prayer. What would you like to do?
Well, as soon as I notice the figure, Panache would stop and kind of watch with her eyebrows raised, a bit of a wry smile, fold her arms and just observe for a bit.
Okay. You continue to watch as Citron continues in their prayer. And Citron, that feeling, that warmth grows and grows stronger as you continue to recite until it disappears, as if the connection had been broken once more. This has been a on and off situation for you. Sometimes that feeling is overwhelming and strong and then it's gone again. Small promises of her existence just for you.
I'm her favorite.
Oh my god, God's favorite?
After the prayer, Citron is going to look up once more to the depiction, and then her head is going to snap towards Panache, and she's going to say, "Isn't it beautiful? Have you ever seen a depiction like this? Back home, I swear, you wouldn't even see a painting, but imagine something as big as this. Aren't we lucky?"
Panache would just kind of stop for a second and then just grin and respond with, "How long did it take you to learn that?"
Citron's going to place a hand on her chest, her other hand kind of do a little bow and say, "I don't like to brag, but as one of her chosen, I am very happy to say that I think she has blessed me with a sort of natural gift for her words. So it actually didn't take me very long at all. Learning the alphabet took me the longest. After that, pretty smooth sailing. And I couldn't help but notice earlier, and I'm sorry if this is a little weird to say right off the bat, I noticed your kindness when you helped that young urchin come by and tried to steal a coin. I think if you would accept her, she would absolutely be thrilled to have someone of your kindness and understanding and patience in her faith, and I would be happy to teach you."
Panache's smile has frozen on her face, and she's looking over what have I done? I'm good, thank you.
Okay.
But I
And then just smiles.
admire your passion.
Thank you. I'm glad that it shows. I'm really... Do you like my outfit? And she kind of twirls a little bit.
Oh, your
It took
outfit
me-
is beautiful.
It took me so long to find someone willing to do her insignia on my dress.
Oh, I look closer at the dress and realize, yes, that is a familiar insignia to me.
So if you're not here for her, are you here to take in the faith of another goddess or just sightseeing?
Oh, no. I'm just admiring the art, the artistry.
It's really incredible. Would you like to be friends? Because I I don't know if I'm the best at looking at art, but I feel if we've met here in front of her painting, I think that she'd be very happy if we became friends.
You know what? Sure. Let's be friends.
Claps.
Panache is very much her feelings have gone from like surprise to awe to impressed to worried to pity, all in the space of like one conversation.
Oh my god. Okay, so would you two possibly be taking time to look at the rest of the art? Do you spend the rest of your time together?
If that's what my friend wants to do, I would love to do that with her.
Well, I do have to check in at the inn and tavern I'm staying at. I'm staying at the 9.
I am too. So we will be going the same way.
Oh, I suppose we will. Isn't that lovely?
It's so lovely. Oh, this is so exciting.
Panache very politely nodding. She is not sure how this is going to go, but sure, why not?
So, after...
As they're walking, by the way.
Yep.
Oh, so Chun's just gonna like make some small talk as they like go from like one place to the next. Do you know your letters?
I know enough.
Okay, I have a quiz for you. I
Oh.
don't think that I'm the best at spelling yet, as I've only really learned from holy texts. So it's SUMONEG, I believe. And the closest that I got was summon egg, but I don't think that means anything. Do you know that word?
Sumoning. I can't say I know what a sumoning is either. Sumoning.
Perhaps later I'll
Are you
prepare
sure
for
that's
guidance.
correct?
Yeah, I believe so. I heard someone else spell it, and I was curious, but as they weren't wearing any articles of faith, I wasn't really sure how to approach them and make conversation. It's okay. I'll pray for an answer later, I suppose.
Sumoning.
Sumoning.
Sumoning. Summoning? No, I don't know.
Maybe it's a type of egg. Let us prepare
Maybe.
for the egg. That was the does that help? The context? They said we have to prepare for it.
It may
Maybe
be
it's
a food.
breakfast.
It may be breakfast. Ooh. I'm always down to try new food.
Exciting. Okay, if I see them later, maybe we can follow them and
Yes.
see this great summon egg.
Yes, I'm curious now. I want to try the sumoning. So, are you here for your faith?
Yes. And the Dance of Dragons later, I would really like to see that, but mostly the faith.
Oh, I'm here for the Dance of Dragons. I've wanted to come for years, but I've only been able to this year. It's been a bit of a journey to get here, but I'm excited for it.
Same here, same here. It's really hard to find the gold and the time. but
Yes.
just for once, I am able to do it too.
Okay, so by now you've both made it to the inn. The building is very large, well cared for, made mostly from wood, from what you can see. Very, very, very well cared for. And everything you'd read about in the letters. The moment you step into the building, you are met with the strong smell of freshly cooked meals I'm gonna try something and I don't know if it's gonna work. There we go. I hope that worked. So, meats of all different kinds fill the table around you. A bard sits playing the piano on the rather large built stage to your right, and to your left is what looks like a combination of a large kitchen, a bar, and the check-in for the rooms. I'm also going to change the screen for y'all to see the room now.
Ooh.
You should now be able to see the room. So where we will place you to start. And don't break it, please, I beg of you. There. So, stepping through the mass of folk, avoiding spilt drinks and already drunken folk, you both make your way to the check-in desk. A furbolg behind the counter looks at you, her eyes warm and welcoming. Hands busy cleaning one of the many cups on the counter. She's tall to say the least, skin paled, blue-grey, and eyes the color of amber honey. Red hair braided and sitting over her shoulder and barely covering one of her large drooped ears. Oh, howdy on in! How are you both? Have you got a book in?
Hi. Yes, we do. I do.
You as well.
Fantastic. Well, you see, the name's Carrie. Y'all's just seeking out a fairy, though. Let me go get her, okay? She's just out the back. Before you can even say anything, she places down the mug, spins on her heels, and disappears out into the back, leaving you both waiting.
Well, she seems nice.
I like her.
I like this place.
It's much bigger than I was expecting.
I
don't know why I was
it to be
expecting
this big.
I was expecting something very quaint and small, but it's nice.
Perfect.
Better be for the price.
So after a while, Carrie returns. Slightly behind her, an elven woman follows. Almost as tall, the woman's smile doesn't quite reach her eyes as she looks at you both. Running a hand through black hair, she stops at the desk to take you both in. Welcome, dear guests. My name is Afiri. May I see your letters of confirmation for your bookings and have your names, please?
Yes, of course. I'm Panache Cloudpatter, and I pull out the piece of paper that I've been pulling in and out of my pocket for the entire journey. It's very folded and a little dog-eared around the edges.
Yes, and I'm Citron, and my reservation number is 12570-219. And hands over the paper as well.
Perfect. So she takes both of the letters, inspecting them closely. At first, you watch as the false smile drops from her face, moving towards something more deadpan, and then displeasure. She clears her throat, kind of looks around, clears it again, quickly turning to try and whisper something to Carrie, who shakes her head in response. Finally, with a look of resignation, she looks back to you both. I see. Well, there must have been a mix-up in the documentation. I will have to speak with the writer regarding this one. It seems
Is there a problem?
Well, you see, it seems they've placed you both in the wrong room and missed out on some details. Did you mean to book the single between you both? Not that I mean to judge or anything. Usually when we have pairs, we opt for a larger room. Is this all you two could afford for this trip?
We didn't book together.
Nope.
I've
we just
only
met
just
today.
met this woman.
Mm-hmm. But, that's okay. I can stand.
Oh! You can stand. I see.
Panache turns to look at Citron as she says that.
Well, if that's okay, I mean, we don't have any spare rooms, unfortunately, to be able to give you separate rooms. You'll either need to continue with this booking, or we'll need to cancel one of you, and you'll need to try and find your luck for last-minute rooms elsewhere.
Will I get a refund if I cancel my room?
No. Oh, a partial refund.
But it wasn't my mistake.
Yes, but you see, coin is coin, and we're not very good with refunds here.
Oh, so that you are scamming people by double booking rooms and offering only partial refunds.
It was
This
merely an
does
accident.
sound like a scam, doesn't it?
And I'm speaking very loudly.
Yeah, so am I.
You watch as
We're
the elven
making
lady
a big
leans
deal of
forward.
this.
She's gonna lean closer towards you both. I can give you at most half a refund, and you can try your best out there getting another booking. Or we can give you extra compensation for this inconvenience.
I would like my refund, please. My full refund.
I'm gonna roll a dice quickly.
And I would be more than happy to give a positive referral talking about my experiences, about how despite having such a full booking, you were able to resolve this issue with grace and professionalism.
During the Dance of Dragons, no less.
Well,
And I also believe that as a holy woman participating in the Dance of Dragons, I think that it holds particular weight to have my glowing review for your amazing service.
Oh yeah, the gods are gonna love this. Panache is grinning as she says that. She's like, she doesn't believe anything she's saying. She's just like trying to rile them up.
you kind of see her kind of thinking it over, and she goes, 75% refund, and we organize a tab of 10 gold to be spent here as an apology for this inconvenience during your stay, of course.
But there's still only one room.
You will give 10 gold after?
The 10 gold will be a tab to be spent on all food and drink while you are here.
Is there not a complimentary breakfast?
There is a complimentary breakfast, but do you not need dinner as well?
No, I do not need it.
Free dinner. Free food for the duration of our stay. As well as the discount.
Give me a persuasion. Give me a persuasion roll.
Can I help?
You can. You can help.
Take advantage, please, Panache.
Okay, thank you. Wow. Okay, the rolls weren't great, but I do have +6 persuasion.
You
so
just
that's a
need to beat
14. Oh! Amazing. Incredible.
Well, you needed to beat a 15. Because she rolled that flat.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna lean in closer. 3 days, free meals, only for yourselves, no +1s. And a 75% refund each. Deal?
I look
Nah.
over to Citron as if, like, is this okay?
Citron gives an approving nod.
Okay, you have a deal. Hold my hand out.
She kind of looks at your hand, looks you up and down, kind of displeased, kind of like puts a glove on her hand and then holds it out to shake it. You shake hands?
I'm wearing gloves myself. I'm offended. She would do that, but I
Exactly.
will still give an extremely firm handshake.
She nods. Okay, in that case, she kind of pulls her hand back and brushes it against her leg, her thigh a little bit, and then opens a drawer,
Scrunch my nose up.
pulls out a room key from a pile of many. Room number 5. Go up the stairs at the very back, follow along the right side as you enter, and that will be your room. For this inconvenience, we'll also have one of the maids bring up an extra blanket for you both.
One
Well,
blanket.
There's already 1 blanket up there. Do you expect 3 in total?
Yes.
She thinks about this. So we will bring 2 extra blankets then in that case.
Good. This is not the hill to die on, but she's just being antagonistic just for the sake of it now.
With that, she stamps both of the documents, passes them back to you both, and clearly finished with the conversation on her side, she leaves, does not even look at you both again, just walks away to the back. Carrie, on the other hand, smiles a little bit warmer and she goes, "Sorry about that. I'll sneak yous in some extra subs when you come in order, okay? Just between us. Don't let her know. She is just a little bit stressed and the writer's a bit on the piss lately. You know what I mean?"
Panache immediately, her face lights up and she's like, "Oh, it's not your fault. Don't worry about it.
Of course, yes. You
Thank you
Don't-
for being
don't
so
think about it."
accommodating."
She gives a warm smile. She's like, "No worries, I gotcha. Go on, go into your room." So with that,
Yeah, I guess we head up to the room then.
perfect. You're gonna head straight up to the room. I get to activate another room.
Yeah.
I think only one of you is set in there. No, I removed you both. Oh my god, yippee. Oh. I need to remember I'm not meant to use that one to do it. Oopsies. Anyway, so, oh my god. You guys get to be up here. So, with that, you both begin your journey to the top floor. Having to navigate between tables and rowdy folk, the bard on the stage has moved to another song, long abandoning the piano in favor of a violin. There's a large cheer from the table not too far from where some folk are gambling, children ducking between the tables with toy swords, cutting you both off as they pass through. Finally, you're both up at the stairs, and you are now ready to make your way towards your room. Do you remember
Also,
which one is your
as the
room?
children are going past,
Mhm.
Panache would be giving like a little waves and like, "Hello."
Aw, bless. Perfect. Do you remember which room you guys are meant to be in?
5.
Mhm.
5. I've read that piece of paper 500 times. It's room 5.
Do you want to make your way to your room in game? See if you can figure it out
Aha.
from the directions.
Panache was not paying attention to the directions. She was looking at the woman.
Please tell me you can
Is it
open
this
the
way?
door. Please tell me you can open the door. Thank God.
Is it?
There.
Is this it?
A chair. This is perfect. I can sleep here. And Panache will just sit in the chair in the most like awkward, like somebody like just back completely straight, hands on the desk, looking straight forward.
You don't have to sleep on the chair.
It's all right. Don't worry. My goddess has gifted me with a constitution able to sleep in any condition.
Are you sure?
Yes. And in fact, it's actually quite comfortable.
I don't mind. I've shared beds before. It's not that small.
It's okay. I'm a little, That's not for me yet. Maybe when we're best
What?
friends.
Oh, I didn't actually mean it like that.
I know, I'm aware. You wanted to sleep together, as in the same location. And that's totally
Yes.
understandable. But I would be more comfortable sleeping in the chair But later on, I'm sure we will be a bit more comfortable to share a bed like that as friends and nothing more. This is not an easy conversation to have, so I'm actually going to stop having it. And just looks forward again.
All right. Panache is just like shrugs. All right, it's her bed.
Okay. So,
But Panache would also pat the bed next to her as she sits down and just be like, just know you're always welcome.
You are as sweet as the morning sun rays. Thank you.
You are welcome.
okay, so with that, can you please birth the mute? Get out.
Yes.
Thank you.
Siren, please unmute.
Hey. Hey.
Jesus God. So, sorry. Anyway. You traveled alone for the last 1.5 months. Originally, you had started with a horse you had been given by one of your higher-ups. But after many nights of travel with only a few days travel between yourself and the destination, the horse had to be left at the tavern you'd stayed at. It's gone lame, was the reason given by the vet, and so you'd made the rest of the trip on foot. It was the furthest you've ever been. You've met so many new people, new creatures, the world so much larger than you could have ever imagined. All the stories you'd been told from people, nothing in comparison to seeing it all yourself. The languages almost welcome to you. Unknown, but fascinating. As you'd moved from Nosrarian territory into Aureliana, you'd begun to see how different things could be. Different goddesses painted the walls of small towns, clothing and discussion completely different. You'd been told of how softness ran in the blood of those outside Nosrara, but to see it was different in its entirety. The almost lack of concern from people as they welcomed you in at each location, barely aware of who you were or what you represented. Kind elderly folk always happy to offer a room and an explanation. The tavern meals always growing more and more extravagant, and the odd job gaining you more than you'd have ever made back at home. With the benefit of the profit being all on your own. You'd managed to collect a solid 15 gold throughout your travel and work, a significant improvement compared to the measly 4 gold and 9 silver you'd had at the beginning of your travels. Finally, you find yourself at your destination. Late into the day, with no more than an hour until the starting ceremony, you have found the very entrance into Yamari. Siren, can you please introduce yourself?
This wild-haired woman is a figure of about 5'10". She has a scar along her face that is indicative of something that ran much deeper many moons ago. She's pretty exhausted after the traveling that she's been doing, but she has a sort of lightness in her chest that didn't exist before. Her eyes are drawn to almost everything within reach, sparkling just a pale blue behind her blonde bangs. She has a sort of slouch in her step with how her armor is kind of hanging off of her now due to the scuffle she's gone through, the hardships of her traveling, the inconveniences along the way. And she's just more than willing to shed it off at this point. It's barely armor now, as more than an inconvenience. And she is more than excited to get to the end. She's kind of like trying to look down streets, double checking herself to make sure she's even going the right way. Vastly overstimulated by everything that's going on, because this is probably one of the most intricate cities that she's been in so far.
Perfect. So, you begin to walk the streets of Yamari. Through the last business of the traders for the day, past the tavern districts, which you make a note that you'll need to check in at some point later in the day. Looking at your sheet again, it reads the 9. And as you stop by it for a quick glance, it looks as beautiful as you had been told. Your higher-ups had promised you they would book you only the finest room for you that they could afford. A promise made on your god's word. You held the confirmation of the booking in your backpack and all, with a sense of excitement. You'd been also promised a spot at the bowl, a grand event held later in the evening for only the finest in all of Melatia. Something you'd been surprised by, but the higher-ups had promised it would be good for you, had given you different options for attire, and promised that it would be for your best interest to attend and meet new people. The invite for the ball called for the start at 9 p.m. You'd have just enough time to check in after the ceremony, get ready, and then get to the ballroom. You continue to follow the crowd towards where you can only assume is the location of the introductory ceremony. The crowds are heavy, children squeezing through folk to try and get closer to the front. Already, at the podium, at the very entrance of the church, stands a woman. Dressed in beautiful fabrics, most of her face is covered by a beautifully intricate mask. From where you stand, you watch as the sun's setting light reflects from the many pieces, revealing its make of stained glass. Her hair, a blend of gold and black, falls neatly against her shoulders, framing the mask carefully. At her sides, amongst the flow of fabric, you can see 2 wings, almost longer than her body and as white as snow, or what you believe snow to be the color of, at least. And as the night settles in, all 5 of you find your way to the introductory ceremony. With the sun growing lower and lower into the sky, and as the crowd settles and builds, can you all please unmute for me?
Hello.
I'm free.
So,
Well,
a hand is raised by the woman to call for silence. And quickly, parents hush their children, folk raise their heads to look upon her, and you all look as this woman gives her first sermon of the evening. Folk of Melatia, each year as the sun drowns into the shadows, we take our time to remember how our lives have been formed. From nothing more than stardust, our gods gave us life. Their very claws shaped our voices, our languages, the magic that runs in our veins like blood, nothing more than their gift. We thank them for the oceans that feed us with fish, for the plants that breathe life into the world, to the fires that renew our lands, to the spark of innovation that drives us, the shadows of the night sky that grants us rest, to the sun that rises and gives us light, and the gift of knowledge that we will always return to this world in death. These are the gifts given to us by our goddesses. Each year, we meet and give thanks to all they have done. We give our thanks to the goddess of justice, who brought the great war to its end. We give our thanks to the goddess of disease and rebirth, who looked upon the end of the war and gave us folk the ability to decide for ourselves. For granting us one final gift, the gift of choice. Each year, we celebrate for 7 days. We feast, we dance, we teach and share, all in the name of the goddesses who have provided for us, who nurtured us, who taught us the true meaning of peace. Tonight, I, Loradi, head priestess of the Church of the Nine, welcome each and every folk from across the lands to take part in festivities. All are welcome in Yamari. No matter which land you travel, Aureliana will always be our home. And as she raises both of her hands, the sun's final light sinking as the night takes hold of the sky. The base of the stairs, a performance begins, a groove of dancers lit by the fire of torches and lights set up along the streets begin to share the story of the dragons. Would any of you like to do anything in particular?
Watch.
I'm enraptured.
Yeah, just me too.
Fangirling. I'm looking for merch.
Lex has this sort of grimace on her face as she's watching.
Can't really move right now because Vara's very intent on like watching it, and I'm like, okay, buddy, you stay there. All right.
Citron, you absolutely find so much merch of your goddess in particular. She's fully legal here. You can get as much as your heart desires and the coin that you can afford. She is in every stall that has it.
I think anybody near Citron's gonna start realizing she has a tendency to talk to herself as she's just saying, "Oh, which one should I get? What do you think?" And then somebody will like reply. She's like, "Oh, sorry, I'm not talking to you." And then just keep doing that.
Oh my god.
I think for now she'll probably be sticking close to Citron just out of pure curiosity more than anything to see what she's gonna do next.
It's like a fascinating creature. Okay, so Var, you said you were watching?
Yes.
Lex, are you watching?
I am also watching.
And Rain, are you watching?
Yeah, pretty much.
Perfect. So, while the other two are out merch hunting, you watch a traditional piece. Something you have all heard or seen variations of. It's said that the version told now is the most factually correct, passed down carefully from generation to generation of a select few families, with the hope of never allowing external thoughts and beliefs to interfere. It's beautiful. Each dancer represents one of the goddesses as they tell a story of love, of war, the music growing louder and louder as bards keep up the beat, heavy drums echoing through the streets as they continue their music, shifting into battle drums and war cries as the ones who represent Frostbearer and Shadowwater begin their fight. Rain, how do you feel about this depiction right now?
Well, I've seen this. She's seen this a lot of times. She's like, here we go again. You know, she's like, well, she can't really do much, knowing that like a lot of people are around her, but like she's just, you can see her like disappointment in her face, but she just tries to like mumble to herself like, oh yeah, right, like the most factual this depiction of it. Well, like hoping that Var can also kind of like hear her a little bit, but she knows that he's kind of like very focused on it.
Gives you a little pat on the head as you're mumbling.
Yeah, she's just like mumbling to herself, like disappointed, but she's seen this a lot of times before. Yeah.
Okay. Now, the three of you watching, can you please roll a perception roll, please? I said please twice, God bless.
Please.
Please.
Of course.
Perception roll.
Ooh.
Damn, someone got 18. That's insane.
Oh, that's tragic.
Oh, what did you get?
I got a 9.
And what was your total? What was it, 9?
9.
Oh. Oh. What's your total?
Well, you know, I have like a whole lizard on my shoulders, so
I'm
receive
enraptured
anything.
with my higher vantage point.
Like,
Oh my god. Okay, who got above 15?
Mar has like the most perception because he's right on top of like a 6'8" tall fucking
Yeah. But
lioness.
Var got a dirty 20 as well.
I got a dirty 20.
30-20. Perfect. We love to see it. Perfect. So, Lex, did you get above 15?
No,
Oh,
my wisdom is
It's okay. It's still a little bit
Well.
higher than mine. It's fine.
so Var. There's a strange glow. Nothing more than a second. But you are able to see the way the world almost seems to oddly bend around that sudden glow, as if something was hidden. 3 folk slowly slinking around the strange distorted area, faces hidden behind masks, as if they were part of the show. To everyone else who rolled, there's something in the air, a sense of realization that begins to dawn. These people aren't part of the show, and you see the dancers kind of like awkwardly stop as they kind of barge their way onto the space. And as you kind of look around the space, it's busy. There are crowds everywhere. There's children, there's innocents. You are packed in. Children of folk who are watching the dance in excitement. The security are slowly realizing something is up as well.
Rain, put me down.
Okay. Put you down. What's
And-
up? What's wrong?
I think we're about to witness something, and I don't know if we're necessarily wanting to be here for it, but let's find out.
Perfect. So, Lex, are you doing anything? Oh, you didn't notice. Wait.
no, I did not notice. So doing absolutely nothing.
Well-
Chicago has no idea.
And Citron and Panache, can you roll for me a perception check?
Okay.
Well.
What?
Oh!
Well,
Okay.
I got a 7.
17.
Okay, 17 is good. 17 is good. Citron.
Oh, yeah, I'm staring at Citron like, wow,
Yeah.
what? She's doing a lot of shopping.
Okay.
Citron, you're mid picking up something. When you feel the air around you change, a warm, familiar figure coiling around your shoulders whispers against your ear. Turn around. And as you, I'm assuming you turn around?
Absolutely.
And as you turn around, that warmth fades. And you see what looks like a familiar little dragonborn with lavender scales mostly covered up, and another figure that's a lot taller that looks very familiar. And by this time, as you see this, and Var has gotten down, and they've talked with Rain, and Panache and Lex are doing their best, a flash of light consumes the space. The first scream is cut off, and as the light fades, you at first see the outline of a slightly tall creature. The outline is definitely familiar at first for some of you, but a lot larger than you'd consider for the species. And it's then that you see it. A cockatrice, with a fork hanging rigid from its jaw, body already turned to stone as the creature looks around. Cockatrices were a rare find, only found in the most dangerous parts of Silithia, and never as large as the ones before you all. Its crest a vibrant red, body mostly covered in feathers. With a swing of its head, it drops the victim from its beak. The crowd erupts into screams of panic and all begin to separate, crying and yelling, following as the beast begins to move through the crowd. And with this, can you all please roll your initiative?
Oh no!
Oh, let's go.
How do I do that?
I'm going to give you
Where's the
guys.
thing? Wait.
It's saying no combat encounter.
So,
No combat
Where
encounter.
is it?
Yep,
What?
you have to hit the little sword
Yeah.
icon, Mari. That's it. So hit that and hit begin
Oh,
encounter.
there we go.
need to
Oh,
place you
boy.
all.
Ooh. Wait, how do I roll my thingy?
So go to your character sheet,
Yes.
and then
You should see
on
initiative.
under your model there should be an initiative, and you just click on that, and it'll give you the option for
Oh, there it is.
advantage, normal, disadvantage.
Okay, it's normal, right?
Oh yeah, I'll take that.
Who rolled all those d6s?
That's
Who
me.
just rolled fireball damage and
That's
rolled
me.
rolled
That's me.
insanely well?
That's me.
No.
That's me.
No.
I did actually. I think
Well,
right
I
as
don't
a
like
goal.
this going.
well.
Citron's taking longer because she's turning back like those dogs that like don't protect their owners
Lord.
eating food. Turning back like, okay, I'll buy this figurine.
Girl.
It was definitely nice playing with y'all today, for sure.
And campaign over.
We'll be fine, right?
You're fine. Don't worry about it.
I feel like I'm worried about it. Just a little.
Did you just use the text functionality? I swear to fucking God. No! They remembered it exists. No!
Ah, my cat. Jesus. Okay. Not me, my cat.
My fucking God. So the only problem is I still don't understand how to roll the combat. So like we're picking a god and praying.
Well, someone's initiative is
Tragic.
somewhere. It'll be fine.
Oh, you rolled for HP? Oh God, no.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that was
it's good time.
HP.
Oh, it's gonna be a good time, buddy.
Oh.
Wait, what are we seeing? What?
The
Nothing.
36 Mari rolled is for the hit points.
Oh, lovely.
What the heck?
It's got more hit points than I do.
Oh.
It's alright, we just gotta hit it at least 36 times.
Okay.
Okay. There.
We fine, right?
Ooh, okay.
We'll find out.
This is
Guys,
like-
you guys are fine. Let's start the
We're
combat.
fine, we got this.
And Ash, you get to start.
Ah, yay! Hooray! Oh goodness gracious. Yeah. Hold on. I'm trying.
All right, we got spells. We gotta remember what
Yes.
these things do.
I got spells.
You got spells.
We both
I
have
got
spells.
I have my fist.
Muscle wizard cast fist. Is that what we're going with?
You can throw me at something, right?
Not right now.
Okay.
Hmm.
Oh God. Okay. We're changing up. Dun, 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 dun.
Alright, you got
Okay,
this.
I am going to cast Chromatic Orb with I'll be good here. Fire damage.
Okay, do it.
Dun dun dun.
Ooh.
Okay. That would be 16.
16 damage.
Yeah, 16 fire damage.
Beautiful.
Was that damage, or that was to hit, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, that's to hit
Oh,
first.
no, that was to hit. Yeah, oh yeah, it's 16 to hit.
Okay, yep. Well, that hits.
Did you
Does
roll
that
the D8 for the damage type? Or no, sorry, that's a different spell. My bad.
No, I can
Okay.
choose.
Yeah.
All right, does that hit?
Yep, that hits. Roll your damage.
All right.
Ooh.
Ooh. That's
Nice.
13.
That's really good.
That's
So
really nice.
you send out your
Crispy.
little orb. You said 13. Perfect. Wonderful. And it doesn't look too happy with that one. It hits it. It kind of recoils a little bit. The fork that was in its mouth drops to the floor, and it kind of looks towards where that came from, and then it catches sight of you, and now it's looking a little unhappy at you. And next in the line, please.
Oh, it was me. Okay. All right. There's a lot of people between us and the cockatrice, right?
They've started clearing out, yeah.
It started clearing out. Do I have a direct line on them?
Yes, you do.
Okay. Make sure I have the right thing pulled up. I will use my action to use my breath weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Oh, wait, no, it's way closer, isn't it? Hold on. I read that wrong. I thought I had lightning for a second.
Uh-oh.
Wrong one.
Wrong one.
Hold on. Why does it keep telling me to save it? Screw it. We'll just throw a firebolt at it. We'll make it easy.
Okay. 7 to hit.
13 to hit.
13 to hit. That hits. Roll your damage.
Right. Hold on. Where's the damage done? Damage roll. There we go. 15.
15.
15.
Well.
And I'm going to move behind Rain.
Nice.
Fair enough.
It is looking in pretty bad shape now. So with that, next in line is Lex. What would you like to do?
All right, so when this cockatrice appears, Lex kind of immediately looks like she's locking in. Like, her eyes just kind of widen, and almost like a reflex, she holds out her hand and summons her packed weapon. Flint Striker is a great sword with an onyx handle and like kind of gold riveting down the handle, and it kind of materializes out of thin air into her hand. This is her bonus action.
Yeah.
As her real action, she decides that, hey, my armor is not looking great. It's barely armor at all, so she's going to cast Armor of Shadows on herself by placing her hand on her chest and kind of imbuing that within. Let me see, where is my... Oh, no, okay. That's what I meant to do.
Mm-hmm.
Armor of Shadows is basically casting mage armor on myself without expending a spell slot. This is also my action, however. So I'm going to move myself, there we go. Right here and kind of get myself in the way.
Okay, yeah.
Between some of these people and the cockatrice.
Nice. Is that the end of your turn?
That is the end of my turn.
Perfect. Up next in the line, we have Rain.
All right, so I will try to approach it.
Yeah.
Is there nothing blocking my way?
You're able to get through.
Does that
You move through any
There we go.
straggling crowd to get there.
Okay. And now I'll try to hit it with my great sword.
Yeah.
To attack, I'm gonna roll to attack. To hit, I meant rather. What happened? Did it roll?
What did you roll?
Yeah.
It did not roll.
It was a
I don't think
nat
I saw it.
one.
Oh,
Did it? Where did it
Yeah.
show?
We did
It's on the right side in your text messages.
Oh, the
oh.
It doesn't
first
show.
nat one.
Oh no! All right.
Are you on the right tab?
Damage.
Oh no.
All right.
So
So it doesn't hit.
you rolled a nat 1 to hit it. So
Mm-hmm.
you raise your weapon.
That's wonderful.
And as you bring it down, the creature, which is looking very upset at the moment, kind of swings its head and manages to grab the blade between its sharpened beak.
Ah, shit.
And now, with that, it kind of pushes and pulls and is now in a grip, trying to like hold onto the weapon. And with that, next in line is the creature itself. So, let's see if I can do this. Rain, does a 14 hit?
Ah, shit. 14, that would be for my... Wait, hold on. I can't see it. Where do I see that?
It's your AC.
On... AC is, so it has to be... no, that doesn't hit.
Perfect. So it tries to move like the sword and tries to bite at you. You're able to just pull back in time, like just out of the way for that one.
Ugh.
You have managed to escape the bite. And it is looking very unhappy about this. And with that, it's now Citron's turn.
Yippee!
Do I get
that
my sword back?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
that person who fell? Are they dead? Are they hurt?
The person it dropped is petrified.
Oof. Okay. I don't know if I can do anything about that. All right. I'm going to go up. There, and I'm going to. Oh gosh, why is she moving?
She's moving.
Sorry, my push to talk is my left key because I never use that. I'm gonna have to change that.
It's like, girl, come back.
I'll do a fun little guiding bolt.
Perfect. Do your roll. Oh.
That's also a nat one.
Oh my god!
Oh, wonderful.
Ones
We're
in
doing
the
so
first
good.
round is insane.
Go!
Okay, so as you throw your bolt, it misses completely, hits one of the stands of the merch, and that lights up in flame. And a radiant blaze.
Citron.
No.
No!
Citron is. She's been very still this whole time. She is now shaking.
Oh,
no.
baby.
Well.
Hi, Shayla.
Sheila.
That's my turn.
Perfect. And then next. Oh, I was meant to move it down in the line as we do this. Round 2. And Ash, you are up.
Ah! Well, straight away, Panache is just like, why are you running out there? Oh.
for fun.
Oh, jeez, what do I even have?
Oh, that's
Let's go,
felt.
casters! Woo!
Yeah.
Bro's like frantically looking through his spell books.
Yep.
Believe in you. You got this.
I'm Mar any minute now.
It's not me.
Where am I? Oh, okay.
Oh, wait, it's Panash's turn.
It's Panash's
Yeah.
turn. That's
And-
what I thought. It's like, not me.
Oh, jeez, what can I even do?
I believe in you,
I
girl.
don't see the.
I believe
What
in you.
can
got
I
this.
even do?
It's
You got
alright.
this!
It'll come naturally to you eventually.
Don't say naturally. It could be any naturally.
A natural 1, a natural
Natural
20,
Ah!
a natural 1,
No!
Natural 20.
You can
Okay.
do this.
I'm
You
You got
gonna
this.
look over at the cockatrice, and I'm going to cast Vicious Mockery.
Okay.
You know, that's wonderful.
Yes!
Yeah. Do your rolls.
Mm-hmm. I yell out, "You stink!" and there is a strange zap that goes out for 2 force damage.
What's the save for vicious?
There isn't one.
Oh, there isn't. It's straight up, isn't it? And it was 2 damage.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Oh,
Yep,
yep. Beautiful.
2 force damage. But,
Incredible.
it's 3 darts. So do I roll for each of them, or
Yeah.
is it just the same
No, they-
damage?
Oh,
They
it's all
just hit, but you do need to roll all 3 darts.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll roll all 3 then. There's very
That's 4.
okay. It's a bit better. And the
I'm
third
not
one.
seeing the fuck. The,
How
the-
would you like to do
the-
this?
Hurling insults.
How would you like to do this?
Ooh, let's fucking go.
Why am I not seeing the dice? What? Okay.
The first one is hey, you smelly creature, for 2 damage. And then afterwards it's like, you couldn't do anything, and another blast goes out. Then it's just like, however you got here, you're going straight to hell. She doesn't know what she's saying, and they're not very good insults. She's very clearly just like saying whatever random stuff pops into her head. But as she does, each one sends out this blast that is definitely how Vicious Mockery works. And yeah,
Perfect. And with
don't worry
that,
about it.
it is dead. You watch as the creature
I did so much.
falls to the floor in a crumbled mess.
Ugh.
And you have won
Oh.
your first fight.
Let's
Is
go.
it dead?
Well, it's not moving.
I'm
Like-
looking for the 3 figures
Rain
and seeing
tries
if
to
I can
like
catch any sight of them.
kick it a little bit. And it's like, yeah, that's pretty much.
Where
That's
the
pretty
hell
dead.
did this thing come from?
It's from the summon
Is-
egg.
Is everybody okay?
Is this a summon?
A summon.
What is assuming?
What is a summon?
The summon.
I overheard them talking about handling a summon egg, and so maybe this hatched.
Who's
You mean-
who's
You
them?
mean summoning?
Oh, it could be
Oh.
summoning.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
well, that explains the random
Yeah, okay.
ticking.
Okay. Okay.
Little,
Well-
One has purple scales, is quite small. Other not so much.
Who did this?
Are they still around?
I'm
No, they're
looking
long
for
gone.
him. Long gone?
You can do a roll if you'd like.
Let
I would
me
like
let me
to-
check on something real quick.
Yeah, I mean,
Nice moves to the lot of you, though.
yeah, don't ignore the time that I got my sword snapped by the thing, but yeah.
Panache, you were
Pretty good this-
amazing.
I am going to tap into my familiar, and I'm going to have Seeker make the perception check.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh.
It has the same
So-
modifier as me, but does have advantage on sight-based perception checks.
Okay.
– 17.
Okay. So. The zoom in is insane. So, as your familiar is beginning to do the look around, everyone else, you're taking in the final blow. You're having your discussions between one another because you realized how to chat in game. And you kind of see that security and knights are frantically trying to keep everyone safe. They were kind of mostly helping evac so that you guys had the ability to fight. And as you glance up at the podium, one figure never moved from their spot. Whilst the fight had continued, Loradi had stayed where she was. Yet, as the dust has finally settled, finally she does move, slowly walking down the steps towards you all and the body of the beast. With a gesture of her hands, she gestures you all towards her. And during this, you are still having your little familiar seek things out, so you are free to participate in this conversation, Val.
Okay.
Because it will take time for your creature to find things in a mass of blood and frantic people.
Ooh.
You are right.
It's kind of messy.
Wee.
So,
Love the zoom in on Citron. There we go. Sir. Citron, get your butt over there.
lady,
Find them.
would you like to?
There we go.
Okay.
Oh my god. Okay, sir.
Oh, okay. Fine. It's okay.
And she looks at you all in turn. There's the faintest little smile on her lips, just barely visible beneath the mask that she wears. Thank you for your efforts in containing such a beast. Whilst many ran and took to hiding, you five took on such a dreaded creature. But I am sure that maybe one of you is much more familiar with its kind. She's going to stop and look in your direction, Val, as if seeking confirmation.
Yes, I've seen a few of them.
I thought that was the case. So then tell me, what are your names?
I'm Var.
I'm Panache.
Panache. Well, it is a pleasure to meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet you too. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, they're flirting.
What? No. Of course not.
I'm Citron, chosen by Lightbringer.
As you speak, Citron, Loradi kind of looks in your direction. You're unable to see her facial features, except for her mouth, which kind of twitches slightly as her head looks you up and down, and she takes you in for a bit. Citron,
It's okay, she
did you
can't see
say?
mine either.
Oh my god. I see. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you, Citron. And she kind of like tilts her head for a second. Have we met before?
Have we?
You can roll for it. Do a
Would that be
history.
history?
Yeah.
Okay. 11.
You have no recollection of this person. You only know about them vaguely for their role in the church and being the head priestess.
Just maintain smile. I don't believe so, but I'm happy to meet you again.
She kind of nods slowly. I see. Well, then it is definitely a pleasure to meet you, Citron. She'll look towards... Her head turns towards Rain and Lex.
My name's Rainfang. You can call me Rain.
And my name is Alexandria Galanus, but I'd prefer Lex, if you don't mind.
Rain, Fang, and Lex. Well, you are all certainly a intriguing menagerie of folk. She kind of gestures, and she kind of looks back to you, Citron, for a second before going back to normal. Anyways, we give our thanks for the way you intervened. We'll have a thank you gift organized for you all later. Something fitting of such heroes, surely. And with that, the smile on her mouth returns, as if she's regained herself once more.
They're gonna have a party for us. Or...
As you're all fumbling to respond, she kind of raises a hand. No need to thank us. It is merely an honor to thank such beings. We'll find a way to contact you all at some point. But for now, surely enjoy the rest of your evening. And with that, she'll turn on her heels, hands tucked neatly in prayer, and as she walks up the staircase again, she calls a prayer to the gods that rings through the slow silence of the night, wings unfurled to their great length, enough to wrap around anybody if she so dared. Almost divine in the way that she walks. And then slowly as the people begin to return, dancers nervously beginning to move once more as they pack up their celebrations, your creature has picked up a vague scent from where the original cockatrice had manifested itself. A small scale lies on the floor of a lavender color. You know what this belongs to. You know what your kind is. And as it kind of gestures and sits at it, Paul right beside, what would you like to do?
I will go retrieve the scale and kind of give Seeker little scritches. So the rest of you, we were here for ceremony?
I was honestly just here to visit, but this is turning out to be quite the visit.
Yes, you can say that again.
So Citron and Panache, do you two know each other?
I suppose
Where are you
so.
there from?
Yes, we're friends.
Oh, that makes sense.
There was a mix-up with our room, and we're in the same room. That doesn't matter either way.
So you're sharing a room?
So
Yes, I'm taking
I
a
don't
chair.
blame you. The inn is so
The
expensive.
chair?
What are you paying 2 gold for a week? Come on.
Huh?
you sleeping on a chair?
I did offer the bed.
Oh. She doesn't want to share.
It's not like
the
I'm
bed.
making her sleep on the chair or anything. I've offered
okay.
the bed.
Okay, accommodation discussions later.
Okay.
You, Panache, Sidron, you two knew the summon eggs stuff? Like, what was that about?
Well,
Do you know something about it?
Citron overheard somebody earlier.
He said we have to prepare everything to make sure that it's ready for the SUMONEG. Summoning.
Summoning.
And I didn't know that word, and so I had asked Panache, and Panache didn't know that word either. We thought it was breakfast, maybe. But that was the same gentleman who spelled it earlier, so I guess it means bird. Summoning bird.
I thought they just didn't know how to spell summoning.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think summoning appears much in holy texts, so I wouldn't know.
Well,
Fair
they left the scale behind. Do you have any other information about where they were going?
When?
Anything else?
I would recognize them.
I believe they said something about a basement of a church, right?
Well,
Mari, or am I misremembering?
Yep, they
we
mentioned a
wanna-
bowl.
the ball.
The ball?
So the
Oh, I'm going
exact
to the ball.
words that they
The ball?
used to give you contact, let me go back to it. Go straight to the ballroom, she said, and then she spelled it out. Will happen below, and we need to make sure everything's in order.
Okay.
Wow. I suppose we could do some investigation if you would all like to come, seeing as we're all kind of the only ones with some information about this.
We know where it's happening. I want to take a look at this cockatrice real quick and see if anything's different about it.
Well, seems like the gods brought us together for something, so what do we got to lose?
If nothing else, this is going to disrupt the whole ceremony, and I came here for the ceremony, and I don't want it disrupted, so yes, I'm going to figure out what's happening here.
You know what, you got a point. I feel like my mother would be very upset if she found out that I didn't do anything here. Oh, yeah. You know how she gets.
Plus, we might get rewards.
DM,
That's true.
What check would you like me to make for the cockatrice to see if there's anything different about it?
You can investigate.
Investigate?
Yep.
Could I counter with a nature?
Yep, you can counter with a nature. I'll allow it.
Yes.
I have no idea what
Didn't
that's
help.
doing.
Oh.
We tried so hard. We got so far.
It's definitely a cockatrice for sure.
Yep, definitely is.
So what was your full total again?
Well, you know, just kind of
8.
8? Well, it's the lucky
Oh.
number 8. You kind of look over it, and
Woo!
you've had a lot of textbooks in your time, and you've had pretty good experience when you were out on like prac learning and everything. I think you guys use the word prac, right? That's universal? I'm making sense when I say that?
No clue what that means.
Fuck.
I have no idea what that means.
So
Certainly not universal.
that's an Australianism. Okay, so to go on prac is like what's it? It's like practice
Adventure.
learning. Like when you go on prac, you're you're learning under somebody.
It's a field trip.
It's like paid intern, but you're actually doing things that is meant to do it. Practical kind of stuff.
Like a
I think is
practical?
yeah.
Like a
Like you're going
placement
on
kind of
prac.
thing?
Yeah, like placement. Thank you.
For sure.
So you have experience from going on prac with a couple of people into like more of the ruinous areas. You have an idea that something is really wrong with this creature by the way that it's very bird-like over the rest of what it should be, and how well maintained it is, almost as if it was fresh but pushed into its growth. But that's all you can pick up. Anything else from there, it just seems strange. Shinda, can you not do that?
well.
That's all I needed.
So,
Would you like to take anything from it before we leave it behind?
Sure. So you mentioned that it looked like it was. It's too neat, and it looks like it was maybe like accelerated in its growth.
Yep.
That was the.
Yep.
Okay. Anything I could harvest from it that would look like that would like help signify that fact.
Probably
So what?
the
Feathers.
Meat feathers.
Some.
The crown, like
some-
the
some
little
skin,
red crown on their
something.
head.
Yeah.
The beak, probably, because the beak is pristine.
Excellent. Okay. What check do you want me to make?
Just give me a strength.
Strength? Oh boy.
I will allow you to use a nature if need be.
I will definitely use nature.
Yep, okay.
Rain, could you come hold this beak?
Okay, no problem.
Is that enough for advantage?
Yep, I'll allow it. You've got someone holding down the carcass so that it doesn't move. It's held in place. You're able to carve from it if you can roll.
This
Perfect.
kind of smells really bad, just saying.
Yeah, I didn't say it would smell good.
Perfect. You now have
done yet?
those items in your inventory.
So I have a beak.
Can I let go of this
Feathers.
thing?
It-
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, thank you. No. Shoot.
And then skin,
Takes a few
tissue,
steps
tissue
backward.
sample.
Yeah,
Okay,
perfect.
wonderful.
Now we can leave the carcass behind and we won't reference or call back to it. Get the trophies out
Never.
of the way.
Thank you.
I got you. What would you like
Thank you,
to
thank
do?
you. Where's the ball taking place later? Does anyone know?
Well,
Why, yes, I do know. It starts at 9 o'clock.
Looks to the sky. What time is it?
The event started at around 6 p.m., so it'd be about 7, give or take, at, well, no, 6:30, 6:45 from how long you'll have taken.
Okay.
okay, we've got quite some time.
I think we should refresh, recover, and then we will meet at the ball.
Okay,
Oh, I
Perfect.
don't have any clothes for a ball.
but
Panache, you already look fine. Let's go.
should I do what can
Oh,
you
thank
like?
you.
It's gonna be okay if I come? You know, for reasons. Gestures. I don't really have clothes for that either.
We're gonna have enough problems just getting you in the door.
Oh,
Well,
please.
It's a big city. Perhaps there's a few people that will sell like ball items. I'm not too sure where my mentors bought mine actually.
Do we have to be informal? Like in ball
Unless you
gowns
want to
or-
be a sore thumb,
Well, I would...
or you could dress up as like, you know, a waiter
Do
or
we-
something. I don't know.
Do we go? Is there
Wow.
a place? Oh, I might try to look for that.
Ryan, do you need funds for clothes shopping, or are you good?
I have 5 gold, so literally
I will-
anything you would.
I will
Give
give
me,
you
please. Thank
so
you.
I will give you 5 more gold.
Okay, thank you.
I'm
you.
heading back to our accommodations. I have some.
Well, your accommodation. I'll
prepare.
try to.
Oh, we're
Look for a
next to each
place.
other.
Don't get lost.
Do I ever?
Try not to.
Oh,
Yes.
never mind. Don't answer that. Don't answer that. I'll leave.
Okay.
I'll leave Speaker with you.
Ver- Okay.
He'll be helpful if you need to get a hold of me,
All right.
and I'll
So,
depart back towards the 9 inn,
All right.
not the church.
yeah, you haven't really checked in, have you?
Nope.
Okay. Well, I will try to go find a place to purchase something, if anyone would even sell me anything.
I'll come with you if you like.
Oh, really? I think that would. Well, I have difficulty getting stuff.
Oh, I'm
So
sure we
if-
can figure something out.
I would greatly appreciate that. Sure. Do you know a place?
I can probably find one.
All right. We'll go on an adventure together in the city. All right.
Nash, can you quickly roll me a perception check or a history?
Oh.
No, the
It's not going to be history.
Let's go!
So what was the turtle?
A 4.
Carry on.
I'm sorry, I'm thinking about pretty clothes.
Carry on.
Great hands.
That's all good.
Let's
Just
go.
carry on like normal. Citron
think she
and
knows
Lex,
anything,
what are y'all
yes.
doing?
Well, I have a good amount of merch that I'm going to go put away in the inn room. And then also probably collect the refund.
Yes.
Me and Panache are owed 1.5 gold. So I'm gonna do that.
Okay. And Lex?
I won't get Panache's share in case she wants to go back and get it, and then she'll be like, "Oh, it's missing." So I'm just gonna get my share. But
Okay,
yeah.
perfect. And Lex?
And Lex is probably also going to return to the 9 since she already has clothes and she kind of just wants to clean up after all of this.
Perfect. So 3 of you are returning back to the inn, and 2 of you are going to get some clothes. Now,
Yeah.
it's relatively
Shopping.
easy to find a place that is selling very formal attire. When you get to the door, though, there is a very clear sign that says Lindsay and stay out. So you go
Wow.
to the next one,
There's my first.
and you look to the next door, and it says it again. And by the third one,
Well,
there is no sign at the door. So you have 3
Oh.
options. 2 of them have signs that, Panache, you kind of see the way that rain deflates at the side of them each time, but she doesn't
Yeah,
say
I'm
anything
getting more
before she
mad
walks.
with each one I see.
Yeah. So she doesn't verbalize anything directly to you about it. She just moves along. What would you both like to do?
well, there's one, Rain is trying to figure out, obviously she doesn't want any more of trouble, so she tries to gesture towards the one that didn't have a sign.
Yeah.
And just kind of looks at Panache and be like, well, I think
Yeah,
this
this
would be
one
a
might
great
be good.
place. Yeah, right? Okay.
Yes.
Try to go in. I try to let her go in first.
Yeah,
for reasons.
Panache would definitely go in first.
You've already done it, probably.
Yep. And hold the door open, beckon her in,
Oh,
being
thank you.
very welcoming, very actively like, we are together. If you got a problem with her, you got a problem with me. That kind of protective vibe.
Thank you. I really appreciate that you accompanying me to this. So,
Oh, it's nothing. I want to make you look your best after all.
thank you. So Rain tries to look for the store clerk and looks around.
Hello?
Is there anybody here?
So from behind the
Hello,
counter,
we have money and we want to buy clothes.
at the
Yes.
sound of that, a pair of ears shoot right up from behind the counter, and there's a little bit of a scurrying sound, and up on top of a stool, hands down on the counter, welcome! And you see a little rabbit folk, and her tail shakes in excitement, and she's a harlequin painted one, so half of her face is black, the other half is an orangey kind of color, and her paws are the opposite colors to her face, and she looks very welcoming in her attire. She's got a fabric measuring tape around her neck. She's dressed very nicely fitted clothes, and she goes, "Oh my goodness, hello, how are you today?"
Well, hi, we're doing as well as can be expected.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I'm looking for clothes. Ballroom clothes. Do you have any?
The mention of that, her tail gives a little excited wiggle as she jumps down, and she kind of like moves over, her little feet tap 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 tapping tap 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 as she moves across, and kind of like reaches out for your hand, and then stops for a second and realizes that she's a bit too eager, and kind of looks at you first to just like kind of see if you're comfortable with it.
Rain smiles awkwardly and is like, just goes, mm-hmm.
She takes your hand,
Like,
she looks to Panache. Other hand.
Yes,
Mhm.
instantly take it.
Instantly grabs his
With a
hand
smile.
back, and she absolutely excitedly walks y'all to the end of the store where there are these gorgeous dresses lined up, and she excitedly begins pulling and grabbing different ones, and she'll hold one up in front of you, Rain, and then go like little put it back, grab another one. No. She keeps working through them until she... Do you want to interject?
Yes, Panache, I think at some point too, Panache would be like, oh, how about that one?
And then I think like Rain tries to look at all the dresses, and she kind of like thinks to herself, like, do you have anything that's like a suit, perhaps? I just kind of prefer being in trousers and all that.
Kind of claps her little paw hands together, and her foot does a little thump on the ground, and she goes, of course. She rushes over to the other side, and she starts pulling different suits, brings them back, starts putting them up, and she finds one and presses it up against your chest, and she goes, try it on. In that way is a changing room. Go.
Oh, okay. Well, I look awkwardly at Panache and just was like, well, I guess I'll see
I
you in a
nod
bit.
enthusiastically.
Okay. How many clothes
An
are we
enthusiastic
trying
nod and a big thumbs
One.
up.
on?
She's handed you one.
Okay, so, like, Rain tries to, like, very meekly go to the dressing room and starts to try put on the suit that she was given. And then, like, a few... she tries to put it together pretty fairly well. It fits her very nicely, and she starts to walk back out. And, like, awkwardly goes, well, how do I look?
You look amazing. Like Panache would like rush over and just like do a little bit of like even out the angles, make sure everything looks neat.
Oh. Rain is like not familiar with like this kind of like niceness from person, so she's kind of like just letting her do her thing. She doesn't want to like interject or anything, and just is kind of like, oh, okay. And then like after that, I guess she turns to the rabbit, and just goes like, how much for this suit?
She kind of looks at you for a second, and she kind of gives a really nice warm smile. There's a discount for people like us. Only 5 silver for people like us.
Oh. Well, that's very generous. I would be very willing to pay more.
No, only 5.
Oh. Okay.
She holds out her little hand.
Thank you for the generosity. This is a wonderful suit. Rain gives like the... How much was it again? Sorry.
5.
5 silver.
Perfect.
And just looks back at Panache.
As soon as the
and goes
money is
like,
in her paw,
well.
it's closed. She races right over to the counter, and she is putting that money away to leave the both of you to your own devices. She's clearly done. She's moving on to her next little task.
It's like Rain just looks back a little bit silently and just mutters a little thank you again silently, and then looks at Panache and is like, well, do you want to purchase anything? You said you wanted to get something, right?
Oh, I didn't even think about myself.
Well, we're already
Wow,
here.
yes. I rush over to the rack of dresses and start having a look through them.
Perfect. Do you find anything of interest for yourself?
Yes, I think I would find something that's a little understated, but with a bit of a slit in the side. She wants to look good.
Oh, damn. Okay. And will you try it on or go straight for the purchase?
She'll try it on. She'll call out saying, "Can I try this on?"
Ears up, Bunny looks towards you, nods very eagerly, waves her paw as like, yeah, go for it.
Thank you. I would try on the dress and step out. Stick out the leg. How do I look?
Rain?
I was just very like awestruck. You look amazing.
I think like if there was a silence, Panache would probably just be then like, I see. Yeah, I'll get this one.
Like,
and then head back in.
Rain was just like absolutely like stunned because like, oh wow. Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
So
I'd take the dress up to the counter and be like, I'd like to buy this one, please.
Bunny looks down at it, looks up at you. Tail excited. 1 gold, please.
I hand over the gold without any kind of haggling or bartering because honestly, 5 silver is a scam and she doesn't want to scam nice people.
She'll take it happily, looks it over, checks that it's real, puts it away, and goes, thank you so much for your purchase.
Thank you. You've been wonderful.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, well. Well, I'm definitely remembering this place next time I ever do need something to wear. Shall we head back?
Excellent. Yes, let's go get ready.
All right. Walk through.
Wonderful, and as you both make your exit, Citron, Lex, and Var, you've all made your way back to the inn. Citron, you got your partial refund. Lex, you checked in, and then Var, I'm assuming you're checked in as well?
Yep.
Perfect. You're all checked in, you're all squared, except for Panache, who still needs their partial refund, but that comes later. And as you all go up the stairs...
I don't go up there, right?
You guys are not caught up yet. So as the 3 of you go up your stairs,
Okay.
you notice that your rooms are right beside each other. Can you read out the room number that you have as per your sheet?
I haven't
am
given
room
a
number
room.
4.
I'm room number 3.
And Citron?
5 again.
Yippee! So that's
Woo!
3, 4, and 5. And as you guys, I assume, go to freshen up, get ready, is there anything you guys want to say to each other or do before we continue?
What a coincidence that we're all beside each other.
We probably booked similar times. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, sure. I don't know. I just feel a little shocked.
Do you feel like it
by
has
I guess.
meaning?
I wouldn't go that far, maybe, but it is definitely a coincidence. But maybe, you know.
I'm gonna poke my head into my room. It has a window, right?
Yep,
It has to have a window. It's a bedroom.
Look, I'm checking.
it has a bedroom. It has a bedroom, it has
They
a
might be
window.
scammers.
Yeah, oh, I'm checking. I'm gonna open the window and start some preservation of the tissue sample and the beak, so they do not just smell the entire time.
Smart. And anyone else doing anything else?
Lex kind of gives like a small smile to Citron and then kind of enters the room that she's going to be in to get dressed for the ball.
After putting away everything, Citron's gonna like go to the window and just talk to herself and say, well, I think it has meaning. I mean, we're all on the same wall, so when the sun is rising, we will all know exactly where it is, and when it's setting, I believe we will all see it at the same time from our windows. So I think that this means something.
Citron, can you roll a d20 for me? And tell me the number.
That's a beautiful 6.
You hear the faintest sound, barely a press against your shoulder. It's in one of its hotter moments. Can you hear? And then it's silence.
Is that concerning to me, or has that happened before?
This has happened a couple of times before. On some days, your connection is strong, and more lately, it's getting a little bit more like that. You've had some luck with it being very vibrant for most of the day, but this is becoming just as much normal as the good moments.
Okay. Then Citron will just, put a hand to her chest and say, I treasure every word that you grace upon me, but rest your voice if you're weary too.
Really?
And after that, she will close the blinds and head out again after putting away all her cute little merch.
Perfect. And would anyone else
As you
like to
leave
know?
your room, you see Var sitting on the floor in front of his door with pages strewn about the floor in front of him. Sitting in like a meditative position, eyes closed, and a floating quill sketching out the layout of the city.
Citron is going to stop, and then she's going to kind of like squat and like hug her knees and just like stare and watch in awe.
Few minutes of this pass by. Var's gonna like open his eyes like, oh, sorry, the table wasn't big enough in the room. Sorry, I don't mean to be intruding.
Not at all. Sometimes I'm so overwhelmed by the need to pray that I also just pray in the middle of a hallway. I imagine this is similar, although perhaps a different sort of obsession.
Sure. I have a collection of maps that I've made. This will be helpful to me in the future. I'm just starting the process for it though, so it'll take a couple more hours. I don't think I'll be finished for tonight.
Will you be missing the ball?
No, I plan to be in attendance. I don't think that skipping on that one would be beneficial for anyone. I just won't have any added benefits from my travel so far.
I see. Well, best of luck with the maps.
You said you pray, or feel the urge to pray often. Lightbringer, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Would
Want
you like
to
to hear
talk
about
later.
her?
Not at the moment. Whenever we have more time, perhaps.
Okay.
I will close my eyes and the quill will start moving again.
Citron will stand after a few more moments of watching and then take her leave.
Alright, as you go to take your leave, the other two have made their way back. Panache has gotten her partial refund, and you are now up on the floor with everybody else. The group is together.
Now,
What would you like? Oh, yep.
I think for my refund, the first thing I'd do would be to go up to the room and ask Citron, hey, did you get the refund?
Okay.
Yes, I got mine.
Oh, okay. And then I head back down.
Okay, perfect. So there's like a few seconds of Panache like manifesting herself and then disappearing again. And Rain,
Yep.
you kind of watched this happen, and then Panache got back down where you were waiting, and then saw all of that out, and the person behind doesn't seem too happy, and you're kind of keeping your head down, trying to keep yourself pretty inconspicuous and hidden, because you weren't allowed to book here. You were flat out rejected.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
know what kind of person is behind that counter. But as Panache finishes, you follow upstairs, hoping to not draw attention to anybody.
So, this is your lodging, huh? He kind of like looks at Panache, like everybody else. Pretty nice.
It'd be nicer if I had my own room, but it's alright.
Oh. You got that good refund though, right?
Yeah, I suppose. It pays for the dress, at least.
Rain, do you need a change?
Partially.
Sorry, what was that?
Do you need to change?
I think did we change out of the outfit from when we left the
Unless
place?
you actively
I think
did it.
we would have,
Yeah. Okay, I will allow it.
after like being in the changing room, because I can't imagine Rain would have been confident enough to step out
Yeah.
of the shop
That's
in a
why I was-
fancy suit.
like there's still like an hour and a half or something before the thing.
I'll stand up and move out in front of the door. Like, you can change in my room if you need.
Thank you. Okay, you
Just-
continue your little.
Just knock
map
whenever you're
thing.
done. I gotta finish
Alright.
this.
Okay, no problem. She like awkwardly tries to go into the room, making sure that none of the people downstairs at the lodging try to see her use the premises. So she steps into the room and locks it. Starts changing.
Oh,
I resume map.
excited. I've never been to one of these before. This will be a different experience, I think.
I've only been to
Haven't either.
education-related ones, so this will probably be a different experience entirely.
An educated ball?
More of a social
More of
event.
More of a conference, I could imagine.
Huh.
Yeah. Well, that's been a
Never
couple
Any
of years
excuse to
anyways.
dress up, right?
It's to network.
I've
A lot
never
of
dressed up
trying
before.
to. Huh. That's a. Some people are for it.
Panache
Others
grins.
I
are.
don't think I would be. Too much talking, maybe.
Depends on how you are
they
with people.
Nobody else is like changing. Like just Rain is like just the only one changing. Like,
I
she's
think
like
everyone else
humming
is,
in the room.
I think everyone
as
else
she's,
is
like,
here.
putting
It's
on
already
stuff.
changed.
And she
Although
she does
Panache
finally
hasn't
does a knock
yet.
on the door. It's like, hello.
Oh, sorry.
Car.
I'll move. I'm moving.
You move. Thank you.
I'm moving.
She looks down and she steps out of the door because she's like still very shy about the whole thing. It's like, so how long do we have till the ball?
Probably about an hour or so. If I were
You
to
look good,
guess
Ray.
based on
Correct.
time.
Oh, thank you. You all look wonderful.
It's okay to be nervous. I think everyone's a little bit nervous.
Yeah, I don't do well with these kind of social gatherings, especially not outside where I'm
Panache.
from. But you know,
Panache overhearing this would step out of her room after getting changed and go, well, I am.
right? Like everyone
Well, with
kind of
confidence like that, how can we be nervous, right?
How do I look?
That is true.
Fake
looks
it till you
stunning.
make it.
Oh, okay. Rainback just kind of like chucks on hers. Like,
Oh my god.
yeah. Look, okay. Oh. Has anybody seen Citron?
Hi, and just like
Uh,
waves from behind Panache.
oh, hello.
Hi.
Okay. Seeing as we still do have like an hour, what would you all like to do?
Lux,
Of course,
about
Var could-
how long would it take us to get there?
From your awareness of the city layout, it'd take about 25 minutes walking on a good day. When it's not super busy.
Well, there could also be a line.
Do we wish to go early?
Where I'm from, being early is being on time. Okay.
Oh,
Well,
I have to
from
do-
where I'm from, being early is being overeager, and you want to be a little fashionably late. Not too much, like 5 minutes or so, but you don't want
Late.
to be early.
like
5 minutes
Ah.
is missing it.
Where
Wow.
I'm from, if you're early, you should be getting paid extra for the extra hours. And if you're late, you're likely taking a pay cut because you are not working the agreed upon hours. I've never been to a party,
Wow.
but I'm excited.
what do you think, Bar? Seeing as well.
probably head out if Panache chooses to be fashionably late.
I'm not being early. No way.
That's her prerogative.
I think she does like the whole.
Actually, that could be a good idea too, though. Like, if we all go in at different times, so we're not, looking like we're supposed to be poking
True.
around.
That's true. I feel like
Me.
a band of 5 people suddenly barging in would be very. Although I'm not really that discreet, to be honest. with you.
Less
don't
on the
think,
nose.
like-
I'm gonna look at everyone. I don't think any of us are discreet.
It's true.
We are literally a very colorful group.
Sometimes standing out is the best way to blend in because everyone always suspects the quiet ones.
That is also
If
true.
you're actively out there talking to people, they don't suspect anything. They're just like, oh, well, you're so confident, you must be here. You must be meant to be here.
Well, let's
Well,
review what we're wanting to look for.
Oh, yes, what are we looking for?
From what
Yeah,
I
that might
was
be
told
important.
earlier, basement is where
Mhm.
something is happening. Something to do with a summon egg or summoning. And a lavender colored dragonborn on the shorter side, like shorter than me.
we don't know what the other
I-
one looks like. Right.
They have DM.
Citron knows, but honestly, the tiny purple one enraptured me so much. I
Fair
forgot.
DM, what check should I make for determining what was obscuring them earlier in the ceremony before they decided to make themselves present? Determining what kind of magic that was.
Arcana.
My favorite.
Your favorite.
Ooh. Is this gonna be good,
We'll find out.
Michael?
That's fine.
8.
That was fucked up.
16 as a 14 total.
14?
Oh.
You think
14.
it might be some kind of invisibility like it has to be something to do with an invisibility person, surely. For the way that the
So
world seemed to
abjuration related.
Yeah, from the way that the world seemed to distort slightly. Surely it was that, but then you've never seen it quite distort the view like that before. But that's what makes the most logical sense for what your role is.
Okay. Going into this, they have some magical capabilities. Var, while he's saying this, is not really making eye contact with anyone. He's kind of just writing some stuff out and more like ingrained in his work than he is for addressing people directly right now. I know what Rain is capable of. What do the other three of you have at your disposal?
In
For,
what
like,
sense?
Yeah, for like stealth or
Whatever capabilities you wish to share. We've already had one combat encounter. The likelihood of another is high. They have moderately high access to magic, whether it be through casting or production, both of which are concerning.
I mean,
They had
I myself
invisible-
know how to summon things, so I can kind of recognize what they're doing.
Rand looks at this whole conversation being like, I have no idea what they're talking about. So like,
They had some sort of invisibility cloaking them, from what I can determine, in the ceremony. When they dropped it, they dropped it, made themselves visible, and then made their way to the stage unimpeded. So at the very least, it was planned. So they're more organized than us right now.
wow. We're also just all talking about this right outside. Do we want to perhaps...
We're standing in the hallway.
Like, kind of just standing in the hallway. Do we want to like have a little bit more privacy with like, seeing as we don't know who these people are? They could be just around us right now.
Are any of these rooms large enough to hold the five of us for a conversation?
Well,
Yes, I think ours would be.
You could just fit everybody into Citron and Panache's room if you tried hard enough. It'd be a little bit.
I'll join you all in a
well-
moment.
Come in here.
I'll join you in a moment. I have to pack up. I'll start
that's
folding
true,
up
you
the
haven't,
map.
actually. yeah. Okay, so, excuse me. Which
Oh,
one
Rain,
is
you
it
stepped
again?
on it! Rain, you stepped on it!
I'm here.
Sorry, I'm so-
Yes, in here.
oh,
Coming in.
oh, this is nice. Man. Is this the chair?
Yeah,
right
this
here?
is a lot bigger room.
Oh, wow.
This is the
Oh,
chair.
nice. Oh yeah,
There's two chairs and
two
a large
chairs.
bed.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Rain, would you like to sit?
I'll take the floor. I'm comfy with the floor.
Come,
All right.
come sit on the
Then I will
bed.
sit.
Oh, okay. Rain like awkwardly tries to like sit on the bed without like making it sink a little bit too much because it's kind of like a little bit bigger.
This bed is
Like,
so
just
comfy for you, by the
awkwardly
way.
Yeah,
Like,
Panache would notice that and do like
She's
a
like,
little
"Oh."
bounce on the bed, just like boom.
Oh.
Doesn't matter. It's...
And Rain's kind of like, whoa, this is soft. It's a lot better than my other accommodation.
It is. It's a lot better than a chair.
That's true. I do agree.
That's very pointedly said towards Citron.
Everybody starts looking at Citron. So what happens?
got the Citron.
You know, you could do like a camping thing and make a pallet on the floor with some blankets. You don't have to do a chair.
I'm happy.
To be fair, it does look like a comfy chair.
Do we want to close the door, perhaps? Kind of debates. the
I
purpose of,
closed the
like-
door when I entered.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just standing like in front of the door.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay. So,
So what's the plan?
well,
Can any of you communicate telepathically?
I unfortunately do not.
Not to any of you.
oh,
What does that mean?
I'll revisit that later. Panache, how about you?
No.
Okay.
well,
I can send my familiar with one of you. I cannot communicate directly through them, but I can have them do some sort of signs. Probably best to send them with Rain, just because Rain's more familiar, or Seeker's more familiar with Rain.
oh, you mean we're like not gonna be going together?
If we're trying to
No,
cover
we
the
have
most
to
ground
split
for
up and look
things.
for clues.
That's true.
We can
You
probably
better
enter
not get into
together,
trouble.
though leaving you alone is problematic.
Yeah, I mean, I can't be on my own. I would have to be with someone who is a little bit more acceptable, if you
I
will.
could go with you as a holy woman. Most people won't bat an eye at me being most places.
Oh,
Raise an
Okay.
eyebrow at that one.
like Rain is like very surprised, and she's like, "Well, I mean,
Panache and
if you're
Varget both of us being like,
like, if you like, if you're happy to do that, then yeah, sure. Okay, I'm going with Citron then.
Okay.
All right.
I will be going early, so I want to be in front of the line.
Okay. So you're not going with Panache.
no, I'm not
I
going
feel like
early.
if I was late, I would burst into flames.
Okay. So
Nosh, I can arrive late with you if that is
Oh,
what
fabulous.
you want.
okay.
Lex, you'll be in ahead of us, so you'll likely have more time to scout some things out before everyone arrives.
Oh yeah,
Um,
that's no problem. I can do that for sure.
The problem would only be communicating back to us.
Well, I mean, Citron, what time would you like to arrive?
We can perhaps arrive after Lex, so right at the beginning,
Shortly after.
but not early.
Okay. All right. Well, that settles that.
Panache, how late do you want to be? You said 5-10
Not
minutes?
too late. Yes, just a little bit. Just enough to have everything already started as we slip in.
Okay.
Sure. I can communicate to people telepathically, but they have to be somewhat close by. We're talking like 30 feet. I can only do one at a time. You are able to reply to me, but you cannot reply to somebody else. So I would have to play middleman for these communications.
Well, I'm
We
good at
can-
slipping through crowds. I can probably find people.
True. So priorities: basement
Wait.
entrance, the 3 people who we've only identified one per Panache and Citron.
Mhm.
Okay.
And I guess just keep an ear out if anyone is saying anything that seems off.
I think
Oh,
we'll
I
be
got
hearing a lot of off things this evening.
You never
Ah.
know what happens at parties like these,
That's
This
true.
is-
or who you're going
This
to be
is
with.
the place to be.
It'll be
for this
fun.
event.
I think
hate
it will
those
be.
events.
I hope so. Unless
We'll
another
keep our eyes
cockatrice
peeled.
busts through the door.
Oh, don't say that.
We'll beat up another chicken. If it happens, we'll beat up the second chicken.
Okay. All else fails, we make fried chicken.
Exactly.
So some things of note for what we fought in the square. It was surprisingly neat. That creature doesn't usually maintain itself very well. It primarily being I believe they're carrion feeders. They don't care about how they appear. So there's no need for them to really do much in the way of grooming or management.
So
it
more like
being-
a pet?
You
It
suggest-
It also showed signs of rapid growth, accelerated growth. I'm not quite sure on that one.
Wow.
I haven't had enough time to do
Impressive.
anything with the tissue sample that I took, but that'll be a process for another time. I also
We'll
don't think
find
it'll be
out.
enough for much of anything, but it's worth a shot later.
Well,
It's
thank you for looking
some
into
way
it.
we can work with.
So we might be, there's a possibility we're in over our heads. We'll find out.
All right. Oh. Do we still have time?
We probably need to be heading out pretty soon, or at least
It's true.
Those of you who wish to be earlier on time, me and Panache can basically leave whenever.
All right.
All right.
Stay
Well.
safe. I will see you soon. Huh?
We'll see you very soon.
We'll check in the ball.
All right.
We'll open the door for people.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Give everyone a little wave as they leave. A little.
So,
Bye.
like,
Bye. Bye.
I'll meet up with Citron just before she leaves as well. I'm just moving away.
Get rotated. Okay, so all of you in different times begin your departure towards the ballroom. And as you pass the different streets, the vendors, you find, after a little bit of time, as the darkness has taken over the sky and the stars shine beautifully in the sky, in front of you stands a grand, large building, carved from stone with pillars that have representation of all the goddess. Stand in front of you is the great ballroom of Yamari. I completely fucked that sentence up, but it's fine. Anyway, built for the Dance of Dragons, each year a small number of guests are given invites to attend and celebrate the first night of the 7-day event. There's heavy security, guards already moving along the strangely well-maintained grass outside the building. The large windows glow in their respective colors. Hand-carved and stained, they shine with such beauty. There are wealthy folk among Melatia, and there is no better place to find the wealthy than here whenever the Dance of Dragons is held. The ballroom itself is surrounded by beautiful homes built for the families to visit, or much more grand inns for the ones who can't get themselves land yet. The area itself is foreign to each one of you. Lex, by the time you arrive, it's still a little bit early. Many caterers moving around the location, preparing the last few things needed for the event. And as you walk up, you hand them your invite that you were given. And they take it, they look it over, they look at their logs, they hand it back to you, and they gesture with a hand to welcome you into the ballroom. And so, you step into the event. Up next, Citron and Rain, correct?
Yes.
So people have started, folk have started arriving and getting through, and as each one steps up, you watch as they hand over a piece of paper. And then they receive the paper back, and they continue along. Before it is your turn, there are 3 in front of you. Is there anything that you want to do?
I awkwardly try to gesture to turn to Citron and be like, well,
Is there a
I
problem?
wasn't told that there is an invite, so I don't have an invite. Do you have an invite?
Hand to chest. It's within me. They'll have to accept me.
Wow. I will trust you. Well, what do we do if they what? You know what? We'll see what happens.
Okay,
We'll be fine, right? We'll be fine.
of course.
It's not like they're gonna kick me out on the moment that they see me, but
Why would they
You
do
know.
that?
it's so true. They will absolutely let us in. Hopefully. I also hope the other 2 arrive soon. Vara's familiar is with me. Is that correct?
Yep.
You have a bird, but it's a very obvious bird. So if you wish to try to hide said bird,
Is there a way for me to tell Var something through that bird?
I can communicate with my familiar telepathically, regardless of distance. I believe.
Rain will try to subtly whisper to the bird. It's like, could you tell Var that they might want to come a little bit sooner because I have a bad feeling about this entry. Just saying, I don't have an invite. Neither does Citron, so you know. Anyway,
You kind of get a little
Shall we?
nibble, like a light nibble on your ear. It's like,
Oh.
heard you.
Okay, thank you. So, like, Rain tries to gesture to Citron to like move on forward, sweating a little bit as they both approach the entrance.
It is now your turn in the line, and as you step forward, a pretty young half-elf woman stands there. Greetings. Can you hand over your invite, please?
Greetings. And I will reach for this woman's hand and hold it in both of mine and say, "May the sunlight guide you." And then walk past.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Please. You need an invite to enter. Stop before I ask security.
As this is
Citron
happening,
turns.
Rain is just like starting to like, oh boy.
It says, "An
Tries to
invite from
smile.
whom?"
From the head priestess herself. This is her event. I don't think you should be here.
Really? Because, well, for one, she did say that she owed us after stopping the cockatrice. And for two, I believe the head priestess would be very cross if she knew that her front guard was perhaps not permitting entry to one of Lightbringer's chosen. Unless Lightbringer isn't welcome here.
You kind of see her kind of fumble over her words. Citron, can you roll a d20 and tell me what it says? Just a flat d20.
Okay.
Well.
Oh shit.
16.
Citron, you
What is
feel
that?
a
Oh, shit.
warmth against your shoulders, like a creature coiling around you, and a voice that whispers breathily into your ears. Close your eyes
That she does.
and focus and think yes.
Oh.
And that's what I do.
Gonna check something?
I like that. That's a high roll.
Oh god. Well.
Okay. So, you feel the warmth fade, and as you open your eyes once more, the figures stopped. And there's something glassy about their eyes. And every will to fight has left their body. And they nod. Sorry, please, enter. Their voice kind of broken in how they speak, before they turn back and they look at Rain. Sorry, yes, please enter.
Rain is like visibly confused, but also like tries to quickly like walk behind Citron, just so making sure that she doesn't get kicked out if whatever this is suddenly changes. She's like very confused, but also like she tries to pull herself together. It's like she whispers to Citron, like, "What did you do?"
Nothing. I just spoke to her and hopefully made her see sense.
Well, that's a lot of sense that have been spoken to them, so I guess that worked wonderfully. And we
See,
go then.
nothing to worry about as long as the sun guides us.
And
Sure. Okay.
And finally, as you're all waiting in the main entry, not allowed to enter the grand ballroom yet, as you all wait in the foyer, Panache and Va, It is your turn to enter. The
So on our
Yep.
way over, sorry.
Yep.
So we can. You don't have an invite, do you, Panache?
No.
Okay, cool. That would have been an easy option. We are here on the head priestess's authority, investigating something.
Yes.
It's probably best you do the talking for that one.
Oh, definitely.
And we can go from there. We'll see what happens from there.
I have a plan, don't worry.
There's a plan. All right. Sorry. Continue.
As you walk up, the figure seems normal at first behind the desk, and as she looks at the both of you, suddenly her eyes go a little bit glassy for a second as she looks at you both. Hello, welcome. Please enter. And then as she turns to look at everybody, her eyes turn back to normal.
Panache would look a little confused to begin with, but then just
Odd.
quickly just back to normal. It's like, thank you. Yes.
She was so ready to
As
use
it
her
should be.
charisma to that.
And confidently walk in.
Oh. Gotta like stare a little longer than I need to, but I'm walking slowly forward and then I keep going.
Panache would stride straight up to all of the others and then just whisper, like hiss under her voice, "What did you do?"
I just told her that we are here with Light Bringer's blessing.
Oh. Okay. Well, that works.
Definitely does.
I will send a message to Panache. And that seemed a little more than DM?
Yes.
Can I? What would you? Can I do like an Arcana check to try to determine
Absolutely, you can.
what happened?
You sure can.
I'd argue it should be religion.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
26
Well,
for
let's go.
either religion or Arcana.
20!
first nat 20, let's go!
Nat 20!
You know the charm person spell better than anybody. And you know the effects that happen with charm person. That person was charmed to allow you entrance today.
The message of Panache is basically just that person was odd. I believe they were charmed. Best of luck.
Panache
Well.
sighs.
We're all
Okay.
like in
Well-
the foyer now, right?
Well, we're in.
Okay.
And we're here at the same time, so
We
I
did
feel
it.
late.
Great.
we
Why'd you wait for us?
I don't know. We're not allowed in yet.
Oh, we're not?
Oh, are they running
Well.
late? Ooh.
all I'm saying is that has been the longest time that I've not been kicked out of anything yet. So this is going swimmingly.
Yeah, I'm not sure what is going on, but
Are there like a
I
bunch of other
guess-
people around us here?
There is a lot of people, and these are all very rich people that you
Yeah.
have surrounding you.
We're getting packed in.
You are packed in,
I'm looking around.
and slowly they're gonna
I'm
start
observing
pushing
people.
you through towards the big ballroom. So,
Can
mm,
can someone is like Brain is trying to look around. Is there a way to like do a perception check?
what are you wanting a
what's going on?
perception of?
If there's anyone suspicious around the area with like amongst the people.
You can
that
roll.
are like all crammed into this foyer.
Okay.
Hold
Give
on.
it a roll.
Okay. Where is? Well, this could go tragic, but we'll do it anyway.
That one tragic, indeed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Well, that's gonna be my rolls for tonight, isn't it?
It's just a whole heap of rich people. And
Wow.
slowly they start all the workers begin to push you guys gently, like guiding through. The cloakroom takes any items that you want to hand them and gives you a key in return, moves you along again. And as you follow the crowds past the bathrooms and the locked rooms, you find yourself on gorgeous handcrafted tiles with different decorative spell sigils decorating each one. Clearly non-functional, but there for aesthetic purposes. Handcrafted chandeliers almost seem to float,
Goodness.
golden and glowing with the flames. And already it's getting more and more crowded. Ahead of you from there is the grand ballroom, where folk are already beginning to mingle and dance. To your right is an exit towards a different part of the building, the flooring returning to wooden, likely leading towards workers' quarters, you'd assume. At the very center of the grand room is a beautiful decorative circle. All in the same stained glass motif as the headpiece that you had seen on the woman earlier. What would you like to do?
Oh boy.
It's time to mingle, I guess.
Yeah?
Don't forget what we're here for. We have to find the basement, right?
You mean we're not here to
Yes.
mingle?
But, well,
I can't
Well,
meet
one of
women
us is.
in this area?
I'll get information
Can I just transfer a
Okay.
third person into that room?
on the basement.
Well.
Definitely.
And Ash, do you want to roll a
We do
perception? See if
not
you can
wanna,
see anyone in particular
wait.
that catches your eyes?
Yes.
Go for it. Give me a roll.
I will try to go to the food buffet. Nom, nom, nom. Stink.
Ooh. That's a 16 total.
Brilliant. So, you glance around at the never-ending crowd, and you do notice someone familiar. Bathed in fabrics of black and silver, face still covered by the stained glass mask, and wings just as relaxed as the last time you'd seen before. Lorati is not too far from you in discussion with another woman. Without the sunset hitting the light, you notice a slight halo that sits behind her head. It's hazy, but it's present. What would you like to do?
Ooh. Move closer, but not too close. See if I can eavesdrop.
Okay. As you try and eavesdrop, you see that she's just talking casual discussion with the woman, just basic things, asking how she is, how she's finding the event, if she's got like any specific plans while she's staying there, just general courtesy stuff. You can see she's going through the motions, per se.
I don't think Panache would approach her yet. But she definitely wouldn't be trying to hide herself either. She'd be having a look around, maybe making eyes every now and then, a little smile.
Okay. Let me do a roll in secret. Give me 2 seconds. Okay. You're kind of looking in her direction, yeah?
Yes.
As the woman leaves, Lorati's kind of looking around the space, very clearly enjoying the sights, and as her gaze locks on you for a second, you see a pretty warm smile on her face. She's very inviting. She's not going to hold any hostile looks towards you. She nods slowly, as if welcoming your presence. would you like to approach?
Panache winks.
She gives a small laugh, hand covering her mouth as she does so. You can't see the rest of her features, but you can tell that she found that quite amusing.
Yeah, Panache mostly just wants to like make her presence known so that she doesn't have to sneak around, and then hopefully other people also see her interacting the two of them and being like, oh well, she must be meant to be here. So she's set now.
She's gonna gesture for you to approach.
Oh,
You've
okay.
had
crap,
an interaction
okay,
with her. You've made yourself
Yep.
present and aware, and she's the lead of this event.
Yep.
You're not meant to be here.
Mm-hmm.
And so she
Oh, yes, I am.
gestures. She gestures with a finger for you to approach.
I would head over
Like, oopsies.
confidently. She's not worried.
Okay.
Remember the clipboard. Remember the clipboard.
She looks you up and down. You can't see her eyes, but you can see the gesture in itself. And there's a small smirk for a second before... Well, fancy seeing you here.
Yes, it's lovely. I love what you've done with the place.
Thank you. I don't say that, well, I oversee a lot of the invites, but I don't think I saw your name in the list.
Oh? Well, I thought it was fine. They let us in at the door. I presumed it was because of the cockatrice situation earlier.
I see.
Should I not be here?
You being here is definitely a gift I was not expecting. Feel free to enjoy, and if anything catches your attention, don't hesitate to let me know, okay? I want you to enjoy this at night.
All right, thank you.
No worries.
Thank you. And yes, I'm sorry if there were any reasons I shouldn't be here. I thought it would be fine when they let me in, but
Well,
yes, either way.
if anyone gives you any trouble, you can tell them that I have given you permission, and they can seek me out if there's any issues, okay?
Oh, wonderful. Thank you.
No worries.
It is a delight to see you again.
And it is a pleasure to see you as well.
Have a wonderful evening.
You too. And she'll kind of turn and go and talk to somebody else.
Before she leaves, Panache will like gently caress her arm as she walks off, like a very gentle like sweep of the arm, and then stride off.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. She will
Oh.
remember that.
Good. What's that?
Is
And
it
then
working?
Panache would stride over to Var and just be like, "We're fine. We're good."
Var is breathing, breathing quickly and like staring at the floor.
It's
He
like
is
how many
uncomfortable.
how many like witnessed that out of y'all?
Probably Var and Rain.
Rain was kind of like, what fucking happened? What was that?
I don't know.
Oh, oh my god.
That was the plan to get to
So,
the door, but what?
So, we're meant to be? We can snoop without
Yes.
snooping.
I
Yeah.
We're not
sure.
snooping. We have permission
We're
to
like-
be here.
Actively looking now.
Yes.
Or well, mingling.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
The first one was
Cool.
kind of sarcastic, and then the second one's a bit more.
Var didn't pick up the subtlety. We're fine.
Has anybody seen one of ours? Where is
Lex ran
where is
ahead.
Lex?
I don't know where
Okay,
Lex went.
Well, she's. I think I see her quite a bit at the food place. Hold on.
Oh, we could.
I
get
just see
food.
people. I can't see over people. That's a you thing.
Well, skill issue.
It's a height
Moving
issue.
over
Thank
there.
you.
Hey,
Hello?
Have you found anything?
Hi.
How you been?
I honestly got distracted by the music.
Oh. Well, it's quite lovely.
Yeah, I've never been to a ball before, so I just thought I would watch for a moment. But I'm ready to get back into it, and I will start looking around.
Well,
what
in
have you
case you
guys
didn't
found?
see, Panache thinks.
Yeah.
Yeah. They definitely know we're here.
Oh, that's bad. That's really
At the
bad.
very least.
What does that mean?
Not terrible.
She
In
turns
a way.
around. She kind of sees Panache over there lurking. She's like, she crooks her finger. She's like, "Come here."
Yeah, you might want to talk to her instead. For like that one. I don't know what happened.
Hey!
Hey, so why do they know we're here?
Well, because I spoke to the people in charge, and we're allowed to be here.
We're allowed to be here?
Yeah.
By whose authority?
Sorry, what's the name again?
Lorati?
Alrighty.
Yes.
I overheard, sorry.
Yes, well, we have permission to be here by the highest in charge, so there's nothing to worry about now. If anyone gives you any trouble, just drop your name, just be like, check it out, we've got permission. Everything is fine.
And we have permission. And she kind of lowers her voice when she says this in kind of like a sarcastic way. And we got permission to go downstairs, right, too, huh? Do you think they're just not gonna watch us the whole time?
Oh, I can get them to watch me.
You know what? That sounds like it has worked already. We can have that work maybe again.
Yes, you lot can scurry off down to the basement,
way?
and I
In
can
what way?
distract.
Hey, they watch you. Oh, okay. That's all right for sure. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Let's see. There's got to be some sort of servants' quarters somewhere that should go downstairs.
I think we walked past something that could lead to something like that. Maybe we could
Okay.
inform a couple of our other friends, well, about that plan before we go on and disappear.
Yeah, for sure. Good
I'm
idea.
going over to Var. Var. Where is that? Var.
I moved to a corner.
Oh, there you are. Do you know what we're doing?
God, I hate social events.
Well, you'd be very happy to know that we're gonna find our way downstairs now. Panache is gonna do Panache things. Hopefully it works. But yeah.
Okay,
So-
I need you to block people's side of me for a second.
Okay, sure thing. Follow behind me.
I will.
Do you want
walk
piggyback?
forward.
Okay.
No, I need to be hidden for something.
Okay.
I'm going to cast a borrowed knowledge on myself, which gives me proficiency in a skill of my choice for an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Now I gotta figure out which one I want. We'll just go investigation.
Okay.
All right, Rain, I'm good.
Okay. Wow, that follow close behind me.
We'll follow along.
You're not following. Come here.
What? Oh.
Here we go.
I was marking my spell slot.
So, Lex is right over here. Did anyone tell Citron what we're doing?
Nope.
Nope.
What are you doing during all of this?
No, we did not.
Citron, what are you currently doing?
It's fine. Citron is
Hi.
for one part she's taking in just being in a ball for the first time, and then from the other, I think she's paying very close attention to the mural on the floor, and kind of just hoping that she will get some sort of divine intuition on where she's supposed to go. But she's listening. She's listening very closely to all the conversations going on around her.
Before Panache
Panache would
joins
probably
you,
notice. Yeah.
before Panache does join you,
Mhm.
while you're taking in the sight of it, Lorati is going to stand beside you, silently, as if she's sharing the observation with you. She does not speak, but she just shares that energy in case you do want to talk to her.
I think Citron will just, on like realizing that she's like sharing it with her, not just like hanging out, just quietly say like, I have to say the craftsmanship that has been present both here and in the temple, the Church of the Nines, has been extraordinary. I don't think that I've seen so much respect and love given to all of the goddesses in such equal measure.
She'll laugh softly. Well, all goddesses deserve to be worshipped and loved equally. The 9 are our pantheon. Anything different than that is false and should not be entertained. Don't you agree?
Wholeheartedly.
I take it you're a child of the light?
Yes, and from Calaverin and that.
I used to be as well before I took my place. And now I love all equal.
To be blessed by all of them is a feat in its own right.
True. It is a very special situation, and I feel as if it's something that could be shared with more. I think it would do better if it was shared.
Insight check on that if I can.
Go for it.
Because to Citron, I think there's a part of her that feels innately a little
Go for it.
That's an odd way. Okay, that is a 22.
Ooh.
You can tell she's
Oh.
genuine in what she says. She genuinely believes in the idea of the Pantheon's shared love for its people. But you also sense her probing at you, trying to gauge your thoughts and interest on it. Like she's trying to find something in you.
Is there a sense of... Do I get any sense of how she feels about like somebody like Citron who devotes herself to only one?
She's fine with it. There's no hostility. It's only as if she's trying to pry something from you. It's that innate curiosity in her.
Okay. Citron kind of tilts her head a little bit, and then turns to face her. And it's really funny, like mask to mask communication, because they're really only reading each other's lips. And she says,
Yeah, I do realize that.
I believe everyone can find something within faith that they can hold on to. I'm very surprised that, in general, faith seems so casual for so many.
It is the unfortunate development of our world that leaves people thinking that our goddesses are nothing more than the past. But if we, people like you and I, hold them dear to our hearts, then who knows, maybe one day we can change that. Do you hear whispers? Do you speak to your goddess?
speak to her every moment that I can, and I hear whispers whenever I am lucky. And I am very lucky that I hear them pretty often nowadays.
She's gonna roll something. Okay. I see. Well, this has been an interesting conversation, but I must ask again, because I do feel like I have seen you before. Have you ever been to this place before?
Perhaps in another life, I have.
Another life. That must be it. Something about you just draws familiarity I have not felt in many years. It's been a pleasure to meet you, Citron.
Perhaps it is the Lightbringer's light that you're drawn to.
I must be, for the way that she speaks
A
to you
pleasure
so
to meet you
fluent.
as well.
She kind of dips her head softly. May the light guide wherever your feet may take you. And she will leave as Panache approaches.
Hello.
Hello.
So you've spoken to Laradi as well?
Yes. I think we had a very, very good discussion.
Oh, good.
It's nice to speak to one who follows the faith like I do.
Yes, I can imagine. The others are going to try and figure out this basement deal. Do you want to go with them, or do you want to stay up here, have a look around with me?
I don't mind. I believe that I'm probably better at giving information through talking than looking around.
Yes, we can be a team then.
I will follow your lead. I've also never been to a party, so...
Oh, well, you're gonna have a great time. I hold out my hand.
Citron will take it.
Yes!
Oh my god.
And with that, Panache will sweep Citron off to look around the ball.
Oh my
have
god.
a party time.
I love how like the tallest people are like the ones that are snooping around. Well,
We can look in all
tallest
the high
just
places.
Excuse you, I'm inconspicuous in between the two of you.
You're very
But
green and you have a glowing
still
orb around. Oh, like, well, not glowing
Unassuming,
orb.
though. Unassuming auras.
Alright. So the
No,
other
mine
three,
is.
are you currently looking around trying to get an idea of everything?
Yes, we are trying to move as far.
Can I get an
should be
investigation
trying
roll?
to follow me.
Hey,
Oh,
Can I get an investigation?
roll? Okay.
can I roll with
hold on.
advantage for someone?
If someone's willing to give you that?
up to them.
Let me see if mine would even be advantageous for you. Because
My investigation is kind of shit. So,
You can do the roll.
does every like
Am I rolling with advantage?
Yeah, sure. Okay, yep.
That is an 18.
So,
It did not have my proficiency bonus added to it.
as you are investigating the area, taking in the people, trying to see something familiar, anything that could draw your attention, you see a quick flash of a figure darting through the people, making their way past the tiled floors onto the wooden area that you believe is for the workers in their prep. You see the slightest hint of lavender purple as they disappear once more into the crowd heading towards that direction. And with that, as they disappear from your sight, we are at the end of our first session.
Oh no. Come on.
Yeah. Oh. That's getting really exciting too.
Oh, that was so
oh my
fun.
god.
Not the cliffhanger.
This is so fun.
Wow, we're all finished for our first one. How are y'all feeling?
No, this was really fun.
I love it.
I'm
so glad.
really getting into it.
That was so
I'm
good.
happy that we didn't explode anything just yet.
I'm sorry.
And that-
There's still time.
No,
And that
Absolutely.
Rain hasn't been just horribly kicked out of everything that she's tried to go to. Fantastic. I thought it was gonna be a lot
was
worse.
one explode actually. The merch store did get destroyed.
Oh yeah, that one.
There was
That's true.
one explosion. So that's better than we planned.
That is
True.
a lot better than we planned. We didn't do something that would have cut that short.
We've only
Thankfully.
done good things.
We didn't go
I missed
to
like
prison.
everything that I rolled.
Yeah, not yet.
I mean, we
No,
could
Still
yeah.
have.
time.
No.
But yeah, that was really fun though.
There's
No,
still
it
time.
was
was
genuinely,
awesome
like,
getting
really
to know
fun.
everybody's characters and seeing all the interactions. Like it's fucking, it's
Yeah.
so awesome. It's so good. It's so good.
Oh my
It's
god.
I love being able to
fun.
like switch between like very like confidently talking to Var and also like being very awkward amongst other people because it's like, why are other people nice to me? Or at least, at the very least, why are they not hating me just yet? Which is like, that's crazy.
Oh my god. we're
Panache goes, I've
friends.
got you. And Rain goes, why?
Exactly. I'm like, what? Friends like, what?
I had to traumatize the other person. What did I do to you?
Like even with Citron like agreeing to like go with her to like the thing, it's like, oh, okay.
Citron doesn't know.
Citron doesn't realize just
Yeah.
yet.
That's for later.
That's a ticking time bomb, probably.
Rain is like just wondering because like Rain has seen a couple of like what Citron has been saying, and she's just like, huh.
She doesn't really try to hide her faith.
She really doesn't. Rain can't really hide much, except for like unless you don't know what she looks like, being a little bit more towards that side of things. But that was very interesting. The one bed didn't quite
That
work.
shit was so funny.
That was
Oh my
funny.
god. I was crying. I was crying.
Maybe-
in real life.
Maybe
It was
after
like I was
Jared
trying to
Hall
get
was
out
saying
of
now.
it, and I just kept digging myself into a deeper hole, and I couldn't figure it out.
I was muted, just
They-
shaking.
The fail on the roll was really immaculate. That kind of like nailed the coffin in quite a lot.
I'm
Panache
excited for
tried
them
her
to
best
be
to be
friends
so
after an evening at the
persuasive.
ball. There's
I
gonna have an
think-
evening at the ball, and they're gonna be good friends then.
A quote that I saw from chat earlier was like, "I can't, nothing more." I think was like a comment from like of Citron towards like what
Can't wait for that to
she
be
and like
irrelevant.
Panache to be, and like someone was like, "I can't wait for that to be irrelevant."
So
I
funny.
saw
I think
like something about the Citron chair, and that I was like dying.
Literally weak as
Please.
shit.
The chair got me
Also,
too.
I want to say earlier when like Rain was just absolutely speechless. That was like me calculating something in the background and just was not able to like respond. It's like, oh, that's perfect. You know, it fits well with what happened.
Just so much worse.
Because I think the funniest thing as well is the fact that Panache at the beginning would just be like, no, I want my own bed, what the heck? But then as soon as Citron says no, she's like, well, why don't you want to share a bed with me? Come on,
No,
get in the
for real,
bed.
she took that personally.
Yeah.
She was like, no, what
It's
the
so
fuck?
funny.
Do you just
She's
not
like,
want
I
to
want
be
my
with
own
me?
bed. And then she's like, but you can sleep in here if you want. And then she's like, I'd like this room more if I had it by myself. Is it just because she got rejected?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh my god.
Incredible.
Well, our next session. I'm so excited for this. So, our next session will be June the 2nd in a fortnight. And what's even more exciting is that, oh my god, Fortnite mentioned these
No.
sessions will be happening on a fortnightly basis. Situations arising, obviously, being any exceptions. If there's any delays, we'll keep you all updated. Next week, the VOD will go live on YouTube, edited. I will be editing down every stream, so it's a lot easier for the YouTube VOD kind of thing. And I'm actually going to do this, by the way. I know I'm terrible at VODs, and everyone's hearing me going, this bitch is not doing this. I swear to God, I am going to be so meticulous on these VODs. I swear. So help me, God.
I believe in you.
We believe.
I'm excited
They'll look
for
good,
it.
Mari. They'll look good. You got
This-
this.
This has been incredible. I love the whole like setup of this thing. I've been like really happy about that. I couldn't see any of my rolls, to be honest, or any of the rolls at all. At some point, the dice just kind of like disappeared for me. I don't know what happened, but it was really nice to like be able to just click things like that as like someone who is very new to this. So it was very fun. I like it.
Alrighty, do any of you guys
Thank you
have
so
any...
much for Red.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for all
Thank you
being
guys so much
here.
for tuning in.
Do any of you have any announcements you'd like to make before we end out for today?
Ooh,
Incredible.
I do not have any.
No, I don't think so.
Wish list
Announcement. Be here in
upwards
2
rain.
weeks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh yes,
that
wish
too.
list upwards rain.
I will be
Facts.
streaming Upwards Rain game development on my channels on Fridays.
Yay! I'm so excited. Oh my god, that's gonna be so good.
No, that'll be awesome.
Alrighty. So what we're gonna do is I'm going to just raid us into Camille, who's doing their Dernathon, just to pass on the energy.
Yes.
Make sure y'all bring your nice behavior. Don't be rude. She's doing Minecraft, so we're just gonna do that. So, as we say at the end of every stream, stay safe, make good choices. Thank you so much for watching, everybody, and we'll see you in a fortnight. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.